and welcome, patrons, travelers, and fellow adventurers. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Othermerweizen Tavern, where we just get together with some friends, and it looks like our friends are growing because our tables are full. This is awesome.
I thought you were calling us fat.
Wow.
Trying to hit the gym.
Yeah, man. Like,
pretty hot and tempting. Sorry.
It's bread season.
Anywho, as you can see, we have a couple new players that are with us here, which is Taylor and Steph over there. And yeah, Garrett's back too, so it's good. For tonight's game, I'll be using Sirenscape, and for the foreseeable future, be using that. A happy belated birthday to Les B. Rooter. Hope you had a good one. Oh, yes. You may know him.
Who's that?
Heard of him? Yes.
No. That's Kanan.
I've never heard that name before.
And hope you all viewers are enjoying our little tale being told. It does get posted up on YouTube the following weekend, so like and subscribe and be notified when we run new episodes. Yeah, I guess it's been a 2-week break for our viewers, but we didn't play 2 weeks ago. Life got in the way, and then last week, unfortunately, we did not have Ben here. As you can see, a player/moderator who's puts this whole shabam together.
We didn't know how the stuff worked.
Yeah, we didn't want to mess anything up.
What's this button do?
Anyway, so we did run a game without the stream going on that introduced these characters, so hope it's not too jarring that we have some new players here at the table, as well as some old players that are new characters. So without further ado, I'll jump into a recap, unless Taylor wants to do the recap.
Nope.
Okay, that's all right. I try. So, where we last left the sheath, for viewers, yes, they were out in the swamps, found a crypt. The crypt of 4. They found one of the entrances to it. Made some good headway into the crypt, and then unfortunately, greed got the best of them when they started opening up sarcophaguses, and some will-o-wisps behave, not to the book's expectation, but it's my world. And Cain and Raquel unfortunately met their demise. They did get to see a lot of loot and money and all sorts of cool weapons, but unfortunately they'll never get to grasp them.
Well, some people made it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there it goes. That side of the table, survivors. The survivors of the sheath. Yes, Graf, Ramiro, and Zook.
Goodbye.
We showed good judgment and no greed, luckily.
Well, somebody took something. But anyways, will-o-wisps ended up getting the best of them. Graf, Ramiro, and further behind, Zook ended up getting out into the open and challenging what was left of the will-o-wisps, and they were successful. Graf and Ramiro took what pride they had left, decided not to go back into the crypt, and headed back to Palo's house. That was just a little bit of a travel on the outskirts. Zook took the bodies of Cain and Raquel back to the Doctors of the Arcane. And that's where we left off the viewing episode. Now, what happened off stream was the Doctors of the Arcane told Zook that they could perform a ritual of revivify or resurrection. But in doing so, that would place a debt on Zook, and they already had something in mind for him of an event that was coming up in the city of Rothschild, as the Circus of the Red Dawn are getting ready to perform for the city of Rothschild. This is where things get a little bit complicated. Anyways, he made his way back to the shop, minding his own business and cleaning up and getting things organized, when a wagon came out of the sky leaded by a astral Pegasus. There was some commotion as it landed. There was a weird red monkey on the back of it. He also met a halfling, correct? Yep. That was there, as well as 2 new characters that showed up. And also an old friend. Well, sort of. They met Swarley. The wagon belonged to the entertainer's gallery. In that wagon was a bard and a very beautiful, handsome, well-performing bard, and a elderly lady who throughout the day discovered that it was a spellcaster, and a little halfling that had a nice hat with a big feather on it.
At Josiah's.
But also before the wagon landed, just before it landed, the ground kind of shifted itself to adjust for the landing of the wagon. And then some talks happened. They got rid of the monkey, and then there was some accusations and some other dagger throwing and whatnot all happened. But there was 2 Earth Genasi that kind of welcomed the wagon to land. After much discussion, they all realized they were coming to the same place, looking for the same person, which was Val Stoneshatter. After an afternoon of discussing the events that are taking place and why the Earth Genasi are here, because of a man named Cabal, Shining Light has pretty much overrun the city or the mining town of Slate, as well as some of his followers have now occupied the Rots mine, and it seems to be they're up to the same tricks as they did in Slate. All that being said, everyone greeted each other. Zook was welcoming everyone into their shop, and they all sat around, had some meals, got caught up. Introductions were in order. The next morning, however, they were rudely woken up by a band of what seemed to be barbarians looking to line their pockets, filled with a hit on a friend of Zook's and the people of Tamara Square. These berserker barbarians were actually hired. Well, they looked like they were following a wanted poster of Raquel, the beneficiary or the sole proprietor of Black Fist Ale, and so they were coming to look for him. And unfortunately, Raquel was not there.
Yeah. Patent pending.
And that's kind of where we ended off. But I digressed from my point about what happened to Kane and Raquel. The ritual only works if the souls are willing to come back. And at one point they were about to come back through the door, but then they realized that it wasn't their time to come back yet. So the Doctors of the Arcane said they will preserve the bodies for as long as necessary, and as long as you're still willing to do training there, Zook. So yeah, that all happened, and so now we have Earth Genasis, we have some half-elves in the group, and yeah.
Most importantly, a gnome.
Oh, and a gnome and a halfling. That's there. Wait, yeah. Half.
That's right.
All right, that was a lot of talking. Enough messing around. So another tale of the Othermerweizen Tavern being told tonight as the last 2 remaining members, the other remaining members in the town, but there are still 2 out in the swamp right now, staying at Palo's house. And now we've discussed what you guys were kind of wanting to do.
Yeah. Pretty much just go grab whatever we can find and head back.
Steal the planks off the guy's wall.
2 people died for it, so yeah, we're gonna fashion a crate.
Oh yeah, we were gonna make something. Eh?
Yeah, we're gonna try and take the the boards off this crappy house, lash them together, fashion a crate, and then go back and try and take as much as we could carry, because at least we'll get something, and then head back to Val's and lick our wounds.
Yeah. Unless there's a wheelbarrow or something around there, a pallet lift.
No, there doesn't seem to be any wagons or anything that he still hasn't shown up after you guys have rested the full night. You don't see any other activity happening in any other little chateaus that are standing around on stilts. I will say, however, you guys do make your way back to the crypt with a crate fashion. Just roll a...
I mean, I could...
no, you know what you're doing there, Graf. So yeah, Ramiro sometimes thinking he's doing the right thing and then walks away from it. Graf readjusts it and gets it fashioned.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you. I do good work.
You are able to go into the crypt. Doesn't seem to be anybody around.
Jane lights up.
Oh yeah, for sure. You do see the other sarcophagus still intact. The items are still laying there. But Graf, with your passive, you get the sense that you're being watched. Jane doesn't detect anything, and you just keep getting this feeling that you're being watched, but you...
I just whisper over the pin, since you have a pin now.
Yes, you do have a pin.
It kind of feels like we're being watched in here.
What? There's nothing around. I can't see anything.
It's just a feeling, so just keep your wits about you.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Certainly.
That does not go well. That was a 2.
No, just the
Seems cool to me. I don't
the
know.
flashbacks of memories that happened day prior of the battle. You see the spots where Cal and Kane fell in the water. Almost seems like there's an outline in the ripples, but
Let's just grab what we can.
I'll get you to just roll a perception check, both of you.
That's 9.
That is an 8.
Okay. Gather the things that are all there.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 maces are still there. The splint mail still there, as well as the 3 bags that you saw where Cal happily stashed into his own pockets are in the water. Takes some time kicking around, but you do find it because you have all the time thing. But yeah,
So
just
rich.
there's this feeling of being watched. Where you want to progress further down into the crypt, or do you want to head back to Val's?
Do it! We can go further, but I think this will help us buy some healing potions.
And sorry, when you went back there in the daytime, in the morning, there's no storm. It's all calm. Not even dark clouds over the area of where you think the Leatherhead's base was.
Weird.
This is weird.
Strange.
There's usually always cloud cover over there, dark
Yeah.
clouds. The day prior, there was a bunch of lightning happening that you can hear in the distance and see. But today, it's clear skies.
Huh.
Well, while you're packing that, you mind if I just take 10 minutes to kind of do detect magic in here, just to see if there's anything else weird going
Yeah,
on?
I lean against one of the levers that they were over. I just lean like the good way against it.
The good way. Okay.
not the pully side.
And you trip, and it
I'll take
opens up.
Take 10 minutes and do.
Okay.
Two
You do a
little
quick
licks
little detect magic round. Once again, I think, you guys used it when you walked into the crypts. It seems,
While Zuck was doing it.
Zook was doing it there. There's no, not getting a sense of any magic. Just taking one last look at something here really quick. Yep. Should have this already out there.
Well, I thought about bombing the tunnel, but what if we need to come back to get?
That's true, yeah.
To get your buddy out.
It's not gonna like that.
What was that?
It's your conscious.
Guys, now I'm hearing things.
How was that?
No, you don't get the sense of magic.
No magic. I don't see
No
any
magic
in
at
here.
this moment.
Okay.
Nothing.
Well, in this area
Nothing.
where you are.
Yeah.
Well, the sacrilege has already been made, so we might as well make some coin off it. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Let's go.
With your detect magic spell still being up,
I like that a lot.
as you go to leave, you do pick up a bing
Ahead of us, behind us.
ahead of you.
Hold up. There's something ahead of us, magical.
Sorry,
You
just
see
double checking the
anything? 'Cause
spell.
I can't really see much.
Yeah. Do I see anything down the hall with my devil sight?
That classic.
That's good.
Fuck.
Not with my regular.
Oh no, regular sight. You can see up to 120 feet.
And it's just like it's normal light, though. You don't get to.
Yeah, just see normally.
Okay.
And darkness, both magical and non-magical.
No magical darkness, anything like that. No, you don't get that. You, however, you get the sense that up ahead, and it's fleeting as you stopped, that there is some type of illusionary magic going on.
Something was watching us. There's some sort of illusion magic. It's moving away from us now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after the night we've had, it better be friggin' moving away. And I pull out my packed weapon.
Okay. Spend some time looking around, but to no avail, nothing presents itself. As you kind of stop, it goes out of the range of detect magic.
Mm-hmm.
You keep moving forward, it doesn't seem like you're catching up.
Well, as long as it's not coming anywhere near us.
All right.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, let's start heading back.
So, for the sake of time, you guys just roll a d20 for the hell of it, because you guys are by yourselves.
16.
5.
We're good.
Nothing
transpires. So you make it through taking the safer route through the swamps. Occasionally you see the things that the glowing embers of those frogs that huddle in things. You see a couple of familiar stuff. Make your way safely. Finally, a majority of the day gets there, and then you guys will say by the time you traveled left, right, early in the morning, about a day's travel to get out there. So you'd be getting back right late at night.
As soon as we get within the walls, I'd be on the pin being like, "Suck, where are you?" We're back.
You'd hear this. You guys, after a eventful morning of battling some Black Fist members, you guys have all had a long rest. You've chilled out in the day. The day was pretty much a majority of catching up, finding out more things about this Circus of the Red Dawn that is going to be performing in a section of the city. They're closing off a part of it, which you guys all discovered last game. And that was that flyer there that you missed out. I don't know if you saw that. That's, yeah. So, takes a few moments. You get back to Tomorrow Square. And you can see the illusion itself that is no longer, that made it look like an abandoned building. You can now see inside. There are some lights going on, and it sounds like there's a lot of people in there.
Hey, Zuck, where are you?
I'm at the shop. Where are you?
All right, we'll be right there.
What? That was quick.
What happened to the shop?
I'll tell you when you guys get in.
We're outside.
Upon entering with the crate, and sorry, the walls of the city do not go around the gutters. The gutters is just on the outside. The only big walls are on the gates coming into the city by natural rock formation, and then there's the hilltop district that is closed in.
Yeah.
And then the rest is just, you can kind of tell the sections by the different structures and architects of the building. Lo and behold, you enter, and let's picture, if you will, again. The camera pans in as Graf and Ramiro enter, and the camera pans down to you, Onyx.
You see very large, humanoid-looking creature, except the facial features are as if they are carved out of a black onyx-like material. For eyes, you see two big sapphires, as if they're staring intently at you, shining blue. Teeth sparkling like diamonds. And he's about 6'4", very large build, with a shield, wearing some chainmail. Dirty, just kind of, it's seen some wear and tear. And a very large, long sword. Sitting on a chair that he was at earlier.
Chair still there.
He has claimed that chair.
He loves that table.
Half-burnt table and half iced.
frozen.
Yeah, half frozen. The ice would have dissipated by now, but
It's soggy now.
it's the afternoon, and the camera pans over to you, guys.
I'm currently standing just kind of behind that broken up table with ginger hair kind of tousled about.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And freckled face, somewhat tanned, but blue robes, looking pretty nice, with lots of patches and things all over them. And
Camera pans over to Agatha.
And you also see, kind of standing beside him, beside Gaius, you see a rather tall, old, elderly lady.
Yeah, a little bit taller now.
Kind of hunched, but you can tell she would be tall if she stood up. She has just crazy gray, nasty hair, and lots and lots of wrinkles, just homely as heck, and kind of just a plain robe, nothing fancy, something your grandma might pick up at the thrift store.
My grandma is style. I think that's
Nicely
a
done.
compliment.
Holy shit.
Agatha does not.
The lack thereof.
And then the camera will pan over to you, Slate.
So Slate looks identical to Onyx, except for slimmer and about 5'11", 6 foot area, and tight black leather armor with 2 dagger sheath at his side.
Zuck,
Hey.
what's going on here?
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
And one other thing. You kind of glance over, and there's also another small person that is here. Yes. That is a halfling.
Yes, a very short, about 3 feet tall. Boots that rise up to just below his knees, and a very large hat with a very large purple feather extending out of it. It looks very fancy. And a curled mustache with a little soul patch. And he's leaning against the wall eating an apple. Which is very big considering how tiny he is.
But where did you get that apple?
Where does one get most things?
The
Actually, Swarley probably because the wagon is still parked out front, even though it has its defense set up right now, that it is invisible to the naked eye. He would have brought in some supplies to help you guys.
I 100% just stole this from the back.
Nice.
All right.
I have like 2 apples.
So, you guys all see this as you guys are going about discussing when to sign up, what it is.
We immediately go silent as they walk in.
Yeah. The door opens up. Yes, it is later now at night because it took you the whole day's travel. The night is, I will say, however, when you're coming into the gutters and seeing the city, the normal candlelights and lamps that are all set up give this just ambient glow. There is one section, however, that seems to be glowing a bit red. Keep in mind. And the sky itself is actually clear this evening. Still in the summer. Yeah, month hasn't passed yet. It's still summer. And it's a nice thing. It is getting a little bit colder, though, the nights, as it is getting closer to the whatever. Anyway, so yes, the door opens up.
You want to fill me in here, Zuck? What's going on?
Looks like you're having a party.
Well, I met some new compadres here.
You don't take long to replace folks, do you?
Where's
I jumped off the wall and said, Advar, at your service. And then kind of sweep a bow.
Just look you up and down with like one eye-patched eye and just... Okay. Zuck?
Well, they came from the sky. And these two, I'm not really sure where they came from.
They came from the ground, likely.
Oh, good one, Gaius.
Graf?
Do we trust these people?
These two and their friend over there, I'm going to point to.
Hello. And also, you see a familiar face of a gnome that you once saw. He's a gnome. Yeah, sorry. Swarley is a halfling. My mistake. That you saw way back when you were going to Aberth. You saw this guy who looks very familiar, and he's very chummy, and you see him chatting it up with Val. So Val and Swarley are in there. So continue. Sorry, just.
And Elrin isn't paying attention, but he's taken his feather and walked casually over to one of the ink wells that are just like around, and just helped himself and is like writing down on some stuff on some parchment.
Okay.
With his feather, which is also a pen.
Before I get to what's going on here, where's Kane? Where's Raquel? What happened?
Well, I brought them to the Doctors of the Arcane, and they performed. And well, the Revivify did not go well.
Oh, what do you mean not well?
Well, it seems like the souls did not yet want to come back to their bodies. So right now they're kind of in cryo state.
Okay.
More so frozen.
They can do that?
I'm not really sure. Haven't got that far in my studies yet.
So the bodies are with the doctors right now?
Yes.
Okay.
So what do we do?
Well, I had to kind of open up a net with the doctors so they would help with Kane and Raquel. So right now they want me to perform in a circus.
They want you to what now?
Perform in a circus.
Like of clowns?
No, like a battle.
A battle circus?
Yep. And I point to the flyer. If it's still around.
Actually, on your way into town, you would have probably seen some flyers floated around.
It's underneath the battle map. Oh no, it's on the side. To your
it's
left.
right
To your left.
Right there.
Yep.
Okay, I look around. Here's the shit they died for, and I put the crate on the ground, and I walk outside.
Nice.
I take the flyer.
All right, there. You take the flyer. You can read it out loud if you'd like.
Oh, okay.
Upon seeing the loot, Val will be like, Morden's blessing. As this big crate in a poor district.
Elrin stops writing and
taking recipes over there.
So, Circus of the Red Dawn, seeking worthy and daring adventurers of all talents, willing to participate in this year's grand performance. A farewell to Aberth.
Not a good performance.
You will show off your talents in marvelous tests of skill as you're challenged by fellow adventurers and, of course, our amazing Red Dawn performers. A noble's payment upon completion of the performance. 1,000 gold just for playing. And I look up and around it.
Seems odd.
The winner of the event get a magical item of their choosing from the great mystical Hertz Vault. The event will require your group to complete certain goals with a time frame before your competitors do. Worry not, we will have our amazing clerics on standby for any medical needs. Ramiro just sort of looks at it. And
That last line made me a little uneasy.
And this is what the doctors are of the arcane asked you to do. Is this why the rest of them are here? Are they performing?
Well, they came here to see Val.
Oh,
One
yeah?
of our friends.
She's like looking over this crate of good loot and already like taking an inventory and kind of patting Graf on the big backpack.
Elrin comes up beside and just taking an inventory too.
I need Slate and Onyx to roll Arcana checks for me, please.
An 8.
I rolled a 3, but I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a 3.
Okay.
Arcana.
Yeah.
Yep. No, it's a 3.
All right. Graf catches your attention not only because he's tall, but also the armament that he's wearing. But yeah, you just kind of look at him when he comes in. That's about it.
Brother, look at this one.
Didn't he walk out?
Yeah, he just walked in.
Yeah, I went back outside.
Mm.
I'm smoking outside.
All right.
Did you see that one?
He looks strong.
Interesting.
Intriguing.
I think they have a crush.
Ramiro just looks around and then follows Graf outside.
I'm also gonna.
Just before the door opens, you do hear a voice from the shadows. Should actually.
I almost said.
Yeah.
No mute, but
Just as you're lighting up and taking your first couple hauls,
Yeah.
you do hear a voice being like, "That stuff will kill you."
There's a lot of things that can kill me.
Old habits die hard, I presume.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a day. It's been a few days.
You kind of look to where the voice is coming from, and it's coming from above you on top of the shop, sitting on the cross-thatched, definitely needing replacement
I
shingles.
recognize the voice.
Yes, it is Reich, who is sitting there in a black hood, almost hard to see through even the stars. She just somehow blends in perfectly, and you can see the long, white tight braided hair come down with her cloak kind of closed over, and you can just see she has leaned forward. You can see a little bit of her sharp canines as well as these red piercing eyes.
So you've been watching me.
You left me calling signs. Do not think you're the only one looking for Hanzu. I've tracked him down, and he will be coming close in the next couple of days.
What do you mean coming close?
He is required to help build some mechanical props and accessories for the Circus of the Red Dawn. The Leatherheads have contracted him out.
I'm assuming since you know this, you have a plan.
If I could find Mickey, yes, but he is still eluding me. But it seems like you have a full house in there, so maybe together we can all come up with a plan. And at that moment, door opens. Ramiro and Zuck come out, the last remaining members of the Sheath.
Ramiro's just going, what the hell?
I had a wild night and a wild morning,
Yeah, it sounds like it. We just had 2 friends die.
and I almost died.
That's true.
I like point to like a.
Oh yeah, he's throwing the gas. Yeah, you notice as
Holy
it opens up, big new wound on Zuck from a barbarian's axe.
Yeah, it turns out they're not the friendly bunch. Don't help them.
No.
I'm sorry, Zuck. I would have helped, but I was following a lead. As you look up and you see a familiar dark elf of Rick.
Rick. How you doing?
Been better.
Yeah, same.
You guys kind of left me to look after the little bastards running around, but Val's taking the reins on this one.
This is a friend of yours?
Oh,
Yep.
Whatever.
She actually... there is common courtesy, even though she, from what you've read in your soldier training, for a drow to be friendly and opening up conversation. A little
I just
unsettled.
throw my hands up and say, people need name tags. And I just sort of lean against the wall.
Zook,
Maybe our short friend in there, he had a quill and he was writing some stuff down. We could probably get you set up.
I don't trust the little one.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Not you, the little one.
Okay.
The other little one.
That guy's feather,
The
I don't
smaller
know.
little one.
I kind of want his feather.
It was a nice looking feather.
well, I'm glad introductions are out of the way with. If you're up for it and your travel hasn't been too strenuous coming back from the swamps. Yes, I know you went out there. Do not be surprised. I try to keep my ear to the ground as much as I can, or my finger on the pulse.
I had a feeling you were watching us.
I would have intervened sooner, but it just
Just to let you
wasn't the
know,
right
you
time.
slipped up a little at the cave.
I did not.
I definitely felt something. Something that's similar to what you used to do all the time when we were younger.
It was probably intentional, so you'd know that I was looking out for you.
Oh,
Oh, she was the vibe you felt?
yeah. Yeah, I just...
But
Well, you're lucky. I almost started firing magic missiles down your way.
few scratches. I get experience.
Yeah, she's gotten the wrong end of this. The business end of this
So-
a few times.
Your new friends in there, Zook?
Yeah.
Will they be able to help you with your debt you've taken on?
Oh, you know about that too?
I've been in the area, well, in the square for the last about 12 hours, and I've overheard things.
I'm hoping so.
Good.
I'm also really intrigued with the magical items.
Of course. Of course. Well, if they are trustworthy, and they do seem to be quite capable,
Very.
except for the elder one, I'm not too sure about her just yet.
Yeah, me neither. She kind of, fired things up right off the get-go.
You have no idea.
Well, it's,
You never saw any of that. You were a cold.
I saw the first fireball
Yeah,
and
that's
then I
true.
was out.
Yeah.
it's certainly not often you see any genasi around here one way or the other.
Yeah, those
You've,
guys really freaked me out when I first saw them.
They're-
Never met them kind before.
Those
up.
people.
What do you mean? Damn kind.
At the quiver, you would have seen a water
People like
genasi, but
them
that's the only genasi you would have seen. They seem to be just not in this territory.
Yeah.
Anyways, if they are trustworthy, I would say it would be a good idea to sign up for, and she even gives the air quotes, performance, or performers for this farewell to Aberth.
What do you know about this performance, right?
I was just about to ask you, Sock, but
Well, I don't really know much besides the flyer.
It's a very misleading tale.
yeah. It sounds like a trap.
It
Your
is
instincts
100%
might be
correct.
correct.
Yeah, you got that too?
I definitely know.
Okay.
To the uninitiated, definitely, they would assume this is a quick money grab because they can go in and fall quickly or just stay secluded from the participants and walk out with 1,000 gold. But we are aware that this has the Iron Reach fingerprints on this. It's something with the Red Circus or the Circus of the Red Dawn, and them have some type of agreement. Something big.
Hero's face darkens at the mention of the Iron Reach.
There is something big that is going to happen during this event. I've heard rumors and hearsay, but I do not want to let you down with false information until I learn more. We still have 3 days before this performance starts, and the giants have already started bringing in the walls
Yeah, I know
that are going to enclose this section of the city. Not this, the gutters, but up near Hill District. But I know they are Sinstraw has given up one of his establishments, a tavern, a club of sorts, the Scarlet Dagger. The Circus of the Red Dawn has set up shop there to coax the citizens of this district. Apparently they are going to get paid quite handsomely for this performance taking place in their abodes in that section. They are apparently free of charge, able to stay at the Scarlet Dagger for as much as they want, and they have all been given VIP passes to watch this. And this is quite a number of civilians that would be granted this. So I do not see how the Sinstraw family will be able to afford this without the other nobles chipping in. So something is afoot. I will suggest, however, that tonight maybe, or early morning, bring your friends and sign up as one whole team or split into factions to represent whatever team you'd like to. But yes, the Scarlet Dagger is bustling this evening.
Well, strength in numbers, and if they're not up to the task, we'll cut them loose and keep going ourselves.
I'm fine with whatever.
I agree.
Can I have thrown my mouse down and gone to outside?
Of course, yeah. You guys have all this downtime while this is all happening outside. Reich will, she's found evidence that there is a creature or relic that was lost on a ship a few days ago should be at the Scarlet Dagger tonight. And it is going to be handed off to some members of the Circus of the Red Dawn. If you could infiltrate while signing up, maybe do some recon, maybe get your hands on this artifact or creature, and it must be small or in some type of magical compartment to keep it hidden. But the deal will be done with a tiefling named Zevon. Long black hair, red skin, curly horns that go out sideways. A lot of ear piercing and nose piercings. He is a broker from the Hydra Merchants Guild, also works for the Circus of the Red Dawn. We know he is the buyer and the representative of the Red Dawn. We just do not know who's bringing this item in. We could get more information too if I have heard of a performer who is just recently signed a contract who is regretting joining them. The Circus of the Red Dawn, usually when they perform, they get 3 locals or 3 people from the territory to become a trifecta of entertainment. I heard that they've found one, but they eluded the Red Dawn. They made an escape. But if you can find this performer, I believe she goes by the name of Ansel.
You got any leads on her whereabouts at all?
She would probably be at the Scarlet Dagger as they're waiting for the rest of the troop, the tropes, to make their way to the city.
Oh, so both of them are at the Scarlet Dagger.
I believe tonight this is where the activity is happening.
Sounds like a party. And sounds like we have a party. Let's go have a party.
I guess so.
I will keep my distance as I have been recognized in that district a couple of times, and Mickey has sort of thrown me under the bus a few times.
Is it the horns? And his smile.
Horns?
Wasn't she a tiefling, did you say?
No, this is a drow.
Oh, a
Dark
drow.
elf.
Well, don't drows have tiny little horns too?
Maybe the drows you met.
Oh,
Not this one.
Not this one. Oh, okay.
What brothels have you been to?
Never.
Probably just implanted.
Yeah, just.
So as this conversation is going on, you four, Val is now taking out the contents of this and taking inventory. Swarley seems to be talking into a kind of thread or something to Agatha. You'd understand this with your magical backgrounds that he's probably casting a message spell back and forth to someone, making arrangements. As you guys have this place, yes, you would have seen this spell too as well. You four inside, well, the other three are just kind of having time to themselves. Agatha, do you do it stealthily or do you just throw it out? Okay, all right. Roll a sleight of hand check for me.
1. Just
9.
So you hear a kind of oh shit as a little kind of miniature or a little avatar mini figure from a game piece set lands on the table and kind of rolls a bit, and then did you say your you'd have to say your keyword.
Come.
A little rat shows up on the table, little plump but gray skin, the little rat tail behind it, little ears, kind of gives a little wiggle of the nose and just sits there kind of on its back with his paws in front and just sort of
I wink at it and like
winks back.
I pick it up and whisper.
Okay.
Go outside, you silly thing.
Oh, okay. So during this time, while that conversation, you would want to do that when all three of them went outside then?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, you'd, again, you've not familiar, you haven't tried this too many times, but you've tried it one other time, and it sort of worked that you could hear through it. You haven't tried to see through this thing yet, but you do start picking up the audible clues. Graph, however, at one point while you're talking there, you're used to seeing in the gutters, but a rat kind of walks by, or sits in the corner. Tim's usually kept in your pocket, so spin.
Be so fun.
So yes, Agatha, you would have heard a pretty good portion of this conversation, hearing the name of the Scarlet Dagger and a couple of other names, and it sounds like your friend hasn't been mentioned by name, but it does sound familiar that this Circus of the Red Dawn are looking for 3 performers to perform for the city. And then scurries back in, and the rest of you, we're just chilling.
Been chilling, tuning my lute.
All right.
I got a giant whetstone. I'm just sharpening my daggers.
Still sitting. I knew where you were going. Still sitting.
Daggers.
All right.
Keeping an eye on.
So after the conversation concludes,
fumbling the key.
little rat. Unless there's anything else you want to ask, right?
Nope.
Okay.
But before going inside, I'm gonna like. Are we all going inside? Yeah. Okay. I want to pull Graph aside, kind of like behind Ramiro, and let Ramiro go inside. Then just be like, if we're gonna do this thing, we should probably hide that thing on your back somewhere. I don't know if we should perform in front of all these people inside of an act put on by the Iron Reach with the device that they're kind of looking for.
I think there's enough people there to perform without me.
Man, I already had to do things without you. Like,
I'll still be here.
At least you can like coach me sometimes. Like I don't even know.
I'm on the pin, man. I'll
Okay.
watch. I don't trust putting this thing anywhere.
You better not miss any shots. I swear to God.
No worries.
Okay, how you
Gotcha.
doing? You good?
Good, yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I kind of ripped off Kane's eyelid, but actually, I was just trying to like close them, and I seen people do it before, and
You should just keep that to yourself.
okay, okay, I'm good.
But
Let's go back inside and meet the others.
let's
I'll introduce you to the other guys.
yeah. Let's figure out a plan. Too,
Yeah.
And at this moment, too, you hear Val kind of talking a little bit louder. So this is the reaping rewards of the fucking grave robbers who took it upon themselves going in, and now they cannot be found, and they have perished in life. Let that be a lesson to you. Always buy the goods off the person who robbed the graves. Then you're not held liable for it.
Elrond sort of exactly, my dear. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, they're kind of having a good time.
Foolish people.
She will, however, say that this would be more than enough to get the shop up and running, and at least a couple other establishments to help them out, getting the Tamara Square up to what it once was a while ago. But yes, something has to be done about the swamp too, because it is still the vegetation is infringing on this territory.
Our land.
One problem at a time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make sure that.
And sorry, just speaking of which, during the off side of the stream, or no, you weren't even there, so they haven't even told you about it, so never mind.
Shoot, no, I can't.
No pressure.
We should probably make sure that bar gets up and running just for a cow.
Yeah. I like grab like one of the maces or something like sentimental value.
Well, I
Sell
think we
it.
could actually sell this and make the
sell
money
it.
for it with all these gems, or if there's something else you'd like to invest in. It was your bravery that got this rewards, or stupidity. But
Bit of
Bit of both, yeah.
end of the chapter, pretty much, yes, this is ours to do with what we want.
I don't have any attachments to this. You can take
Gonna
whatever you
haunt the
want.
shit out
Can
of
you
you guys.
can you take some of the money to find us some health
Fucking
potions?
assholes.
Aye, yes,
We're
definitely
always
can
in
do.
need of those.
And definitely some ingredients to get the shop up and running to be
Yep.
able to sell potions to a couple of the locals.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna take like a handful of gems
Okay.
out of one of the sacks.
They're just tiny little coin purses, so there's a couple smaller little gemstones in it. But yeah, you
Maybe I should
Grab
take
it.
a couple.
yeah okay.
Have we got any word from Aslan at all? No, I sent a message to them yesterday.
While Val was sorting through it, would I have seen any onyxes or anything like?
No, there was no onyxes in that. No, none of those precious stones. But they are all. These are all cut. These are all not raw things.
Raw.
They've taken the time and
kinda spit
respecting the gems and whatnot. Whoever did cut these
Kinda spit on
was
the floor.
definitely talented in the way they cut these stones.
I'm a little bit disgusted looking at the cut gems.
Still looks pretty though.
Did you actually smell the fire?
Yeah.
Val, did you get any word from Aslan? I sent him a message about Kane.
Nothing has come here. No couriers or no spells of any sorts that have been sent here. It is a parchment, or she has no idea how you communicated them, but she's like, if did you give them a location of where or how did you send the message? That's what she get at you about.
I used the parchment that he had. What was it called? It was called
Avian parchment.
Avian parchment.
It's or bird paper.
Yeah.
But anywho, she does say it does take time for that to travel. It is just like a normal bird, and as long as it doesn't disintegrate or get shut down or anything, or intercepted.
Mom, Kane back. Oh,
But
2000.
I will
All
get
is
a couple
well.
of our ears out there, and
SOS.
we'll find out. Some of the children are good at finding out what needs to be found out. It is a little cramped, but there is lots of room here to stay tonight if you all need to rest your heads. Or
What is it, late now? Yeah, you said.
no, it's not super late, but it's about 8 or 9 o'clock or so.
Well, I think we
Might
should go.
I say we've been resting all day here. Should we not be out and about?
And we're both covered in like shit and blood.
Blood.
Like, sure.
Sounds nice.
Well, I feel fresh.
You
Looking at
could
everyone else
prestidigitate if you
around
want.
Well,
Yeah,
we.
prestidigitate something
Well, if you
during
guys are up
our
for a
meals.
drink, we heard the name of a cool bar that we wanted to check out tonight.
Oh,
We did.
and what is the name of this
Oh,
bar?
the Scarlet Dagger.
Yeah, the Scarlet Dagger.
Go check that out.
Let me give a
Fine, cheap drinks, and well,
I don't partake.
all right, you can suck.
It is
an
also
egg.
the
I
place
don't know.
she told you where you sign up. For
I don't know
this,
what Genasi
farewell
do for
Tavern.
fun, but you can probably find it there.
Do you guys have fun?
And looking at both of them,
I just continue sharpening my knife dagger.
I think that's just a form of fun.
wow, it's real fun party group that you got here, Zach.
I mean, barbarians came in. I got cleaved. They helped.
Okay. Well, who wants to come with
A
us?
night out sounds fun.
Thank you.
Ian.
Grandma's in, so
I will join.
the redhead guy. All right, no, we gotta. So
Advar, and I bow again.
Advar, Ramiro,
Pleasure.
sure. What about you, Tick and Talk?
Ticket rock.
Coming with us? Okay, we're going.
All right.
All right.
Val,
I
So, are you two going to stay back at the shop, or are you going to
I'm going to trail in the shadows.
Just
trail
follow
behind?
yeah.
Okay.
What the hell did Genasi
All right.
speak?
So, oh yeah.
Did I hear him?
Now, Rich, as a player,
I hope.
you have Ramiro and
Elrin.
Sorry, I always forget his name. Swarley and Elrin, I'll say, they know each other and they are communicating, and with this new information that they think they can do some reconnaissance away from the group. Were you going to the club as Ramiro, or are you going as Elrin? Or are you taking both of them?
Oh God, no. I'm gonna go with Ramiro.
All right. Okay. Elrin is going to help Swarley, since Swarley is not native to this city. He's going to help him find someone who can get the wagon all fixed up.
Yes, and before, Elrin's going to walk by as Val is taking inventory of all the gems.
Of course.
And do a very quick sleight of hand
Here
check.
comes a 24.
Yeah, see if we
Nah,
can...
he's on the wrong side of the table.
Oh, he is? All right. We'll see what
Well,
happens.
I snuck up beside her as we're
Yeah.
all chatting, and... shit. 13.
As you do your kind of little hand nonchalantly, as she's like marking, it just straight up hits your hand and goes back checking stuff.
And I just go, oh.
And it was like a light, playful tap, but some seriousness to it. And you're like, hey, my knuckles.
Burns.
And doesn't say a word, just her sitting there in her fiery red hair and just the green eyes just focused.
I just take I put the feather back and slick it back and...
Like, well, come with me. We will find out where we can get this wagon all fixed up, and maybe we can use it during the performance.
Swarley, my good man, I think we need to talk.
Oh, that we will. All right. So they leave. As you guys walk through the city streets of this evening, you do come to a couple like little sections of the city where there's some people crowded around. You can see these performers with the kind of jester hat poking out in like three different ways, wearing these red and checkered suits with the furry neck collars to it. Some of them are juggling knives. Others are kind of like chain dancing, like jump rope almost, with these chains that have barbed wire on it. Very dangerous performance, but it is captivating a lot of the locals. Did you have a question?
I just want to say I put up my hood.
Put up the hood?
And
Okay.
as much as possible, stay in the
Yeah,
shadows.
so you guys are staying back behind everyone. So the city itself, with the nightlife, is coming alive, and usually this all takes place in taverns, but it looks like there's street performers everywhere, boasting about the great performance and the farewell to Aberth and good riddance, and a lot of kind of harsh language, but captivating nonetheless.
Say coin purses in the front pockets, everybody.
Already done.
Yes, Agatha's already prepared for it. So you guys,
They're coming back.
Yeah.
for once of the night, the actual gates are open to not High Rock Hilltop, but the Hilltop section, and this bar is kind of right around the corner. It looks like there is some construction going on the outside with this like ebony black metal, and like it almost looks like adamantine, but there's like spirals getting like embedded into the front of this establishment, and almost it looks like they're in the process of putting like this almost skull face on the front of it. The color red is very predominant. There's no windows on the outside, or graph when they're getting closer with your passive, you're looking at it, and there may have been windows at one point, but it looks like they've just not covered it up with batten board, but either sheets or just other things to cover it. There is a staircase going up, and there's two double iron doors in front of you. There are performers on the outside, as there are actually noblemen and noblewomen, actually like well-dressed people going into this kind of creepy-looking outside, but being welcomed in. So you guys are all on the outside?
Yes.
Would you like to go in?
Just gonna march up the stairs.
All right. You march up the stairs.
I follow suit.
I'd like to take a better look outside. Before
Yeah,
we
I
go
was
in
just
there.
gonna say I want to see if there's a back door.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
I want to see if there's an attic entrance.
7.
7. As you take a quick look around beyond the group, do not seem to see any other entrances. Weird though, there are like people dressed up as the performers you saw sitting on different like perches of this building, just looking into the streets. Some with these white masks, they just have this devilish grin on it, with like little red lines coming down the face of it. Other masks you see are actually cracked across it. You get an eerie feeling to the place, but it is it's contrast to what this neighborhood looks like. But yes, for the rest of the party, were you wanting to do something? You said
No, it's fine.
all right. You take a quick look around. With them kind of trailing behind, did you want to wait for them to go in, or are you just?
Yeah, I was gonna wait till they
All right.
went first. So.
So you guys all gather. You can hear music coming from inside this building, very intense. But you can hear applauding and other cheers of excitement coming on from the inside.
Sounds like an appreciative crowd inside. And I'm like touching my loot behind my back.
Is he always like this?
Yeah, you better get your spoons ready.
Well, no time like the present. And Ramiro, who's just had a bullshit past couple days, is just... He knows he has a target now. He's looking for 2 people, so he's just marching towards the door.
Okay. The black doors swing outwards as you look inside to this dark wood interior and tiled floorings to it. You can hear like the sounds of this music and this like fast-paced violin playing. Entering into this room, there are another set of double doors, and there's a counter right to your left as you walk in. There, standing behind the counter, is this human female with red fiery eyes and black paint, like almost like points going to it, and then this like frown look. Look at you with 2 little red dots on her. A very taut, kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Corset. Corset, is that what it is? Tightened around her of leather and like the checkered pattern of black and reds. Can't really see what she's wearing below the counter, but she sees you all kind of enter in. Ah, performers or just patrons for the evening?
Performer, my dear, and I pull out my loot and swing across
indeed.
myself.
Oh, indeed, performer, indeed. I'd hope you'd like to grace the stage tonight and bless us with a performance that you seem deem worthy for us.
Perhaps. Let me gauge the crowd.
Oh, it is a packed evening of noblemen and noble birthrights and women. I'm sure you will get quite the flaunting and cheers of the success you desire.
Yes. Cheery flaunting. Have you seen any tieflings?
There are several inside, but in order to gain entrance, you must relinquish your weapons here at the counter. You will get them back on departure.
I just say, sure. I got nothing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Do you have... No, you don't have any weapons actually on you, right? Okay, perfect. She, like, looks at you.
Actually, hold on. I did have...
Is metal just...
No! Remember, I gave that dagger.
Yeah, you gave it away.
Yeah, you did too. Yeah.
She looks at you, sees you, like, decked out as, like, the fantasy Iron Man.
Yeah. I'm still like
Good guy.
in dirt.
Were you
So
born
it's
metal and then adapted the flesh, or did the flesh adapt the metal? As she like leans forward, you can see a tongue piercing in her. That looks like a fish hook.
Oh my god, she looks like a lot of fun, but we don't have time.
He just says
But yes,
Yeah, I say it right beside her.
if your weapons are not relinquished, I cannot let you into the main the party.
Alright, Toots, easy.
How do we know our weapons are going to be taken care of?
You have our word. This establishment could not function if we did not have our word. Trust me, no one will get back behind here. Claps the door, and you can see this door sit. Anybody know Infernal?
No.
No.
All right.
No.
I was about to be like, yes, sir. Anyways, the door behind her, like that is about probably 20 or 15 feet away from her, opens up. This red-furred, huge humanoid comes out with two big horns that point up into the sky and a big snout on him with this ringed piercing through his nose. This white draped down like cloth in front of him that just has the red sun on it, and this big hammer comes walking out. And he also has like this shoulder iron armor that goes into spikes as it like rests its hammer on and comes through. Sniffs in the air. She's like, "No need, Corin. They just wanted to make sure the weapons are safe."
Well, kiss my grits.
He's big.
I'll pull forward some of my hair and look at it, kind of comparing it to his color.
Yeah, it's red fur. He's a darker kind of reddish.
I'll pull off my rapier and dagger and present
Put it there.
them.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll give my crossbow and my greatsword.
Puts it all down. Everyone complies.
Yep. I give my crossbow and my dagger. That's all I got.
If you're wanting to hide a weapon, you must let me know now.
Absolutely.
I was waiting for you, Sean. I saw you stared at me and you didn't answer. A sleight of hand check.
Nature's pocket.
Also try and bring a dagger in.
Bring a dagger.
Let's do that.
That one.
15.
As you are not used to the city life, you feel kind of alienated here, and as you kind of, usually you're quite smooth at this when you're out in the open, you just kind of couldn't get it. She leans over, just a smile creeps up, the black lipstick on her too as well, and if you'd like to stay here with me, you can, but if you'd like to go to the main hall, you cannot bring your little toys with you. While she's saying that, however, you were successfully able to hide a longsword somehow.
No, dagger.
Oh, your dagger. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It just starts walking.
Yeah, it's
Very tall.
I can't
like,
succumb,
right on my
guys.
leg.
So anyway, she sits there and daggers,
I walk
please.
as
My
I walk.
favorite type of toy.
Does it start spinning them?
As I walk
Stick
back,
them in the desk.
Well, there was no fucking need for that. But I enjoy your enthusiasm.
I give my brother a
Can she-
pat on the
she
back
Spins
as I
them
walk
real
by.
quickly and slides them in behind the counter.
Could she see? She can't. Oh, I saw my mask on.
She doesn't seem fazed by it.
Cool.
If you're wanting to
was
sign
hiding
up for the
back as well.
performance, you can do that here. Or if you're just here for a nice, relaxing night of entertainment, feel free to go in, and maybe on your way out, you can sign up for the things that will be marvelous for the city.
We'll let you know.
I hope so. Enjoy. The doors are that way.
Thank you, dearie.
Thank you, Elder. All right. So there's these two other doors here.
I'm moseying on in.
Zook, going first.
Yep.
Opens this door. This door is just colors of red and black everywhere. On the ceiling itself, that has kind of a dome curvature to it, you can see what it looks to be a mural of a red dragon with its wings extended out with like chains going to it that are painted. Then there are some actual chains that come, and this is the first thing that catches your eye, Zook, is that there's 3 separate cages suspended over where people are sitting, and there is some type of large red furry creature inside there with 2 other guys in a shield and a sword, kind of like, ah! And you can just all of a sudden hear ding-a-ding as a bell is getting clanged, and the 2 sides of this cage kind of open up, and the creature, from your look at it, is just going to town on them, trying to like fight with them as they're having this battle in this enclosed cage. There is little alcoves of little seats that are there with curtains. There are some seats that are sitting down on this main floor. This would catch Gaius's eye right away. There is a main stage area that is through this room, and this room is. This is the map of the room if you want to pass it around, so you guys get a feel for this. So yes, there's these large suspended cages around. That lead down to the area of this main stage where headlining performances of it would be health offices and storage areas fill the rest of the main level, like off into the back, those office areas that you see. That's on the main level. The second stage is in a lower level that provides more of an up-close experience. Which, depending on whatever show is being performed, the audience can get involved with this. Either it be some type of fighting where blood gets splashed, or either some pyrotechnics or some dancing lights go through. The audience gets a real feel to be up this close. Now, suspended above that stage is 3 circular domed cages. And currently right now in them is 3 dancing humanoids that look very thin and taut. Dancing with this red kind of almost leathery spandex that is black lines almost in a spiral that meets in their chest. And they all look similar. There's 2 females on each side, and in the middle there is more of a slender, tall. You get more of a sense that it's probably a male that's in there. But the faces themselves are all in this leather suit, this onesie. Some BDSM shit going on in here. The stage is currently unoccupied as these dancers are just going through. There is all sorts of people gathered in this area. And where you can see that the square suspended 3 cages are, where there's like kind of a combat going on. When you come down these main stairs on each side, there is more area to sit there, and it is just packed in here. Smells of like brimstone kind of nauseate the senses, because there is torches just not just normally lit. It looks like they're almost like a blowtorch going as once. So this room is covered in a red glow from these torches, and there are people everywhere. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to take my hood down.
Dissipates.
Here, right?
Yes, there is quite a heat in this area.
Anyone feel like we should have just stayed in bed?
This is quite the eyeful.
Might I suggest we seek ourselves an alcove along
What?
the side of the room that we might watch the crowd before we make any decisions?
Getting antsy to perform.
Perhaps a little. But I would like to know my audience first.
Advar speaks sense.
Sure.
There are a couple alcoves that are close enough together that you guys can all sit at. Do you guys want to be sitting up on the main level, or where the main stage is? So it's kind of, if you picture, it's room here, and then it goes down, main stage here.
I think the part without the cage fighting.
Yeah. Upper level so we can try and see as much.
Oh,
as
perfect.
possible.
Excellent. There are, even though it's not shown on that diagram there are tables that are kind of all there too as well. So there's plenty of places to sit.
Everyone keep your eyes peeled.
All right.
And scan the room.
Yeah.
Perfect. What are you scanning for?
Tiefling.
Gnomes.
Perfect.
Women, gnomes.
Leather-clad women gnomes.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I'm gonna slide the dagger. I snuck in over to Slate.
Wow, dude. Thank you, brother.
Are you sliding over stealthily? Just give
Yes.
me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, that is an 8.
Okay. As far as you know, slide it over, no problem.
I'd like to scan the crowd and try to pick out about 4 entertaining type that I could kind of associate with the Red Circus.
Okay, so you're looking for members of them?
Mhm.
Yeah, perfect. Scanning the area, yeah, you'd be able to find them, no problem.
Okay.
They are coming and going. Some of them look like they're actually servants here, wenches or whatever. Serving. There is others that you can see them kind of getting on the stage and going back through a side door. Still, there's nobody on the main stage yet. But yes, you do see a couple of entertainers walking around. So far, you'd only be able to see more or less humans, but they're all wearing different sorts of masks. Some of them are more the like Zorro kind of type masks that are on there with the jingly bells jester hat on. But yes, the theme is kind of tight clothing, as well as also dealing with fire and chains a lot.
Not quite my cup of tea, but I could perhaps fit in.
And scanning the area, though, you do see like a majority of the crowd looks kind of out of place. They all look like very posh nobles and whatnot, and this atmosphere just doesn't really suit them. Overhearing in the crowds, you'd hear that this event or this bar or nightclub kind of opened up last night, and a lot of them have been here since last night, well into the morning, and still going strong.
The people that are at the bar,
the clientele, they seem to be having a great time, as you've just entered kind of in a lull between two performances, and another one seems to be getting ready to start. You do, however, hear clientele talking about like, oh, it's you should get up and do something there. Oh, I'd suck. I don't know any good jokes, and you get the sense that as long as you ask to perform, you're allowed to go up and perform. I will say that Onyx and Slate, you guys can roll a perception check.
5.
13.
Something definitely catches your eye, Slate. A red female is walking by with kind of leatherman armor that goes down into a kind of a battle dress on, boots pulled knee high, walking with these kind of bracers that are on each hand that look like fire, and her hair herself, even though there's not a lot of wind in here, it looks like it's moving to the licks of flame. A very red skin to it, and just these pale eyes, like Grade looked over. You'd recognize this as being a fire genasi.
She looks like she's part of this.
She looks like she's walking around, not that she owns the place, but she has a mission, and she seems to be walking and taking a turn to go to the backstaged area.
Brother, follow me.
Okay.
You know I don't sneak well.
There's no sneaking required.
All right.
Okay.
So you guys just kind of openly following her, or are you trying to be like blending with the crowd, like Assassin's Creed style, kind of walk through? Or
Yeah, well, give a note to all these guys before.
I'll try and blend in.
all right,
Don't
roll
start
a
trouble.
stealth check. As the two Earth Genasi get up from a table, as the madness of this battle that's going on is this
10.
10? Good to know. As this red creature now has like shed all its fur, and it's like, and these wings like pop out of its back, and just goes and bites on the one guy's head and throws his body down, as the other guy like runs up behind and shears him with a rapier and pulls back, and like this liquid just sort of comes out from the bottom of the cage as they are still kind of combating what's going on.
Where the fuck?
And you can hear people cheering this on.
I heard
Noble's not even like
place in
acting
town.
the way they should be, like all like posh. They're like, yeah, get that motherfucker.
Zuck's in awe.
All right. Yes, there is lots of sights to take in. Even the people walking around have
Everything is
like
quite overwhelming.
like brands almost just with fire on the end. You can see them like fire eaters just eating and like blowing out as the crowd is like all cheering around, constantly entertaining. You guys walk into the back room, even with your 10 though. She doesn't seem like she notices you, but as you're walking by, a guy kind of leaves one like little alcove section. If you have the map in front of you, there's like two little VIP little seating areas there. A guy walks out. He has heavily scarred scarred on the face. He has a shaved side head, and his scars himself almost look like arcane glyphs. And his like one eye looks kind of badly damaged, but he's still kind of keeping it up. And he has just this buzz cut on the top, and he's just wearing a kind of the only reason he stands out is because his pants look very lots of pockets on them. And he kind of, excuse me, and then he walks further into the backstage area, almost hand in hand with the Genasi, and then he branches off, and then somebody else goes there. The Genasi takes a seat at the table with 3 tieflings, all red-skinned, all black-haired. One of them has more of the predominant horns that go up and slick back. Another one kind of has horns that kind of shoot out sideways and curl. And another one just actually has one that's broken off and one that goes up over.
Did you guys explain
Well, we explained that Zevon was a tiefling and Encel's a singer, but we didn't really. We just said to each other, we didn't ask what they looked like.
We did
So,
not.
yeah, we don't know.
Looks like.
There was a description given about the tiefling,
Yeah.
Oh, there was.
but there was no description about the singer, this
This-
performer. Well,
The one that came out with side horns
Mhm.
is a tiefling.
But you see the Earth Genasi take a seat with them.
Fire.
Yeah, the Fire Genasi, sorry. Turns the chair around and almost Rikers it. Sits down.
The Riker sit? Oh, that's ballers.
She puts down and they begin to go on a conversation.
I'm gonna post up kind of nonchalantly.
'Kay.
And I'm gonna say, Onyx, go get the others. I think this is the tiefling we're looking for.
So as that's all happening, at this moment, someone steps onto the main stage. A well-kept, long brown beard and kind of these small spectacle glasses that kind of give off almost a blue sheen with his hair parted in the middle. This red suit that kind of comes up underneath his neck and is tightly buttoned all the way down. This very pristine or well-detailed belt buckle of gold flames kind of up at his waist, goes down, and his boots are high to the knee as he walks onto the main stage.
Boots to the knee.
I apologize, my patrons. I still have some preparation to do before my performance starts. But I promise you that we always like looking for local talent. If there's one in the crowd that would like to stand and perform, now is your chance. Although, if you are intimidated, we have someone who can perform for you.
I kind of, at the back, go, I want to hear Encel! Enzel.
Insults! Your mother is
She has a little bit of cold feet, but I guarantee we will get them warm before the end of the evening, and she will grace you with the siren song.
I turn to the table. She's in the back.
And you see him. The stage is for those who want it. We will not keep you waiting long if no one will step up to the challenge. We have someone in the back who will perform. As he walks, and he's hands held tight and walks almost very militaristic as he walks off the stage.
The guy's like itching right now.
Just Jones. I'm gonna lean across the table and say, something does seem to be amiss here, but
Oh god, here we go.
I might seek to draw something out. And I step up and I'm like,
See another guy kind of get up, sees you get up, and he
I just look at him and go like that. And then I'll kind of make my way towards.
Okay. So make your way through the crowd.
Kind of on the way. I'm saying like, where do I go? Where do I go to get onto the stage?
Hey,
And I'm walking back.
thin male, thin-framed, very thin, gaunt, with the tight black leather kind of just strapped to him. A few straps going across the buckles are the only thing that are red. Has this white mask that goes up with no features on the face, just his mouth is sitting there, and there's just these grungy-looking yellow teeth. Looks at you. I will show you the way. It's right up here. And he kind of just starts walking, and he just real langly and gangly as he walks.
Oh my. Is that outfit comfortable?
In the heat, yes.
You have the answer you're looking for?
I don't like that.
Ellie, come. You look like someone familiar. Come perform.
I'm not familiar.
Well, hopefully you will be after your performance. Leads you right to the main stairs, and you can see people all like talking amongst themselves, watching some jugglers and fire eaters, and all of a sudden they're all like just slowly all turning towards the stage as you.
I like how that's like the most discreet thing you could have said. No, I'm not familiar. You don't know me.
You know.
To the audience, no.
I see.
Leads you upstairs, up the stage stairs.
Sick beat your land, dude.
Gets on it, and just before you walk away, he's like, "Hope you're better than on my birthday." And walks away.
Oh no!
And his butthole shrank 2 sizes.
Three.
He's wearing a mask, so the only thing you can see, but the voice does send a cold chill because that was the only thing he said to you when you performed for him last.
Oh yeah.
So, the lights themselves, the blowtorch kind of sconces on the sides, all kind of dwindle down a bit. In front of you, a line of fire just tickles. There's not much heat coming off of it, but it just gives this light, as now this is the stage light for you now. Back to the battle that's going on in the cages. The other humanoid has died. Then all of a sudden, the cages just go empty. Nothing is there anymore. No sign of battle. The cages are just empty.
This place is.
As soon as that
Can we
happens,
all see that?
Oh yeah. And then you hear
Yeah.
people cheer as the creature itself that grew wings and just ate the last human after getting stabbed. As soon as he bites, he's like, "Roar!" and just shakes his hand back and forth, says some crazy ass shit in abysmal, if anybody can read that or know that, and then just disintegrates almost as if it was a magical illusion.
Did you see?
yeah, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna try and detect magic
Yep.
while I'm in there. I'll take.
So
the
as the
next 10
time
minutes
as
to do
Onyx is
that,
getting
yeah.
back, Onyx, you kind of cross and you see this real gangly leather guy kind of lead up the redheaded child here. Sorry, the redheaded performer onto the stage. A hush comes to the room, even though it's a fanatical sound. Like the ambience to this place is so weird that it's just like you don't even hear it until it actually goes quiet. And it starts getting settled.
I'm gonna subtly look over at Agatha and like slowly pull the spoons, I'll place them back in and give her.
I'll step up, all like timidly and say, "Hello, can you hear me out there?"
Speak up if you want to be heard.
And I'll just start playing my lute and not even singing, just playing. And as I'm playing, I'd like to scan the crowd and try to pick out maybe two of the nobles who look maybe a little like dirtier, like they've been there the longest.
Okay.
And then also, if I can see the guy that led me to the stage.
Okay. He seems to be going back towards the backstage VIP area. Not the dressing room area, but he seems to be going to backstage.
Okay. And maybe one.
Oh, sorry. No, he's not. Onyx is coming back from backstage. He'd stop in that hallway and just kind of look on with this grin.
Okay. And then maybe one other performer of some type.
Okay. There would be a fire eater close to you who, again, is wearing that kind of bank robbery mask with the bells hanging out. A kind of corset as well against him, exposing his chest. There's piercings to it as well as these fire tattoos on his neck.
He's a cake master.
As I'm playing, I'd like to try to weave some magic and perhaps an enthralling performance.
Okay.
On each of them.
All right.
But just playing my lute. It's a 14 for wisdom save.
Sucks.
Well, one of them was a natural one.
Oh,
nailed it.
Enthralling, just enthrall is what you're using?
No, my bard college.
Oh, shit, that's right. I don't have that in front of me. So anyways, you look for two nobles. One failed, one passed.
Okay.
And you're still wanting to do this to the other two targets, even the lanky guy. And the other performer. So only the one dirty nobleman passed his save.
Oh,
so
shit.
You've ensnared the fire eater there with the mask, your skinny fan, and one of the other noblemen.
Oh, damn.
Alright.
That must be one ditty.
So after playing for another minute or so, or a few minutes, I just kind of let my playing peter out.
Okay.
And say, thank you, and I'd like to make like eye contact with each of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of motion with my head towards the table that all my friends are at, and go to dismount the stage.
Okay. Performance check, though, first of all. Because those 3 are definitely captivated. But the rest of the group,
I'm captivated.
Is a 23.
at 23,
Oh,
you'd have advantage on this too, wouldn't you, for your performance?
And 16.
So 23. As the crowd goes from this subtle, what's the word I'm looking for? Engaged into this performance. Again, you ring out as the crowd starts applauding. And then this bearded fellow, like, just as you're, thank you, get off the stage, he starts walking. And he's like, that was very entertaining. Should become a regular here.
I strive to entertain, thank you.
Excellent. All right. So, if in Thrall performance, it's like a charmed person, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so while charmed, they idolize me, speak glowingly of me to anyone who talks to it, and hinders anyone who opposes me, although it avoids violence unless it is inclined to fight on my behalf.
What
Oh, shit.
dude?
Okay. So, as Onyx is getting back to the table, you'd hear the end of this brilliant performance. You'd make your way to the table as you guys see Gaius, with his alias that he's giving you, Advar, walking with a entourage behind him as he's coming to the table.
And now he has a posse.
He has a posse. And on that note, we'll take a break while I figure out how this will go.
Zuck's just like this at the table.
Yeah, no, everyone applauded. It was a great performance. And then it just starts right back up again. I will say, however, the only thing that's kind of changing to the set is these hanging spiral ball cages are starting to turn. The people inside of them are grabbing, and they're just all slowly starting to turn.
Oh, jeez.
And we'll end. Not end the set. We'll be right back, just getting a refill and going to the bathroom and doing all that good stuff. Welcome back. The remaining members of the Sheath and their newfound partners, we'll say, have found themselves in the Scarlet Dagger, a very welcoming place to party. Really. Anyways. So, Gaius. Onyx is now back at the table. Gaius is making his way with his new found fans. And so Onyx, you get there first to the table before the crowd does. So, what do you want to say?
My brother has found the tiefling you're looking for. Or he's fallen in love again with another genasi.
Again.
I'm gonna take a minute to be like, to kind of give me like a reminder of somebody I once knew. Anyways,
Whereabouts is the
where?
team?
Towards the backstage.
All right. Should we go now, or is he still back there?
Probably.
What was he doing?
He moves around a lot.
Well, what was the tiefling doing?
Did he tell you what he was gonna do when he left?
meeting with the other tieflings. You ask a lot of questions, little one.
Well, you don't say a lot, so we're even. All right.
This place isn't really a good area to currently meet with someone. There's a lot of eyes. There's a lot of. We really
Plus, it's really loud.
What?
He said, "Never mind. This place."
Yeah, it's weird. The noise is like you can communicate fine, and it's so weird. But it's not until you stop and like pause that you hear the ambient like pickup of like all the different conversations that just meld all into one, as well as like hearing the fire kind of explode out as people are spitting fire above the crowd. At this moment, as Gaius is making his way to the table, there are in each of the 3 suspended cages now, the cube ones that hang kind of over where you guys are sitting. There is in each 3 of the cages, there are 4 similar decked out in that kind of red and black spirally kind of onesie full suit, like the gimp suits. Are now all kind of appearing inside these cages, and they're kind of climbing up, and the cages themselves start to like rotating like one click at a time as they just keep rotating, and there's in each cage there's 4, and they're on each kind of square that faces the audience down below and to the sides. Gaius has showed up with some new friends.
Do we have to learn these guys?
Roll a history check, Graph.
History?
Yeah.
Natural 1.
Okay.
Oh man, the rolls are great tonight.
As this noble sits down, who's not really the most cleanest one there, looks like he's been partying pretty hard for the last couple days. Looks familiar, you just can't place him.
Wait.
So they're with you.
Would this be a noble that might have been in the tattoo parlor at some point?
What's that?
I don't see.
No, unfortunately not. Zook, you're there. You can actually roll a history check on this too.
Okay. Sorry. I got nervous. That's all.
Yeah. No worries. Thanks, though.
That is a 17.
17. You would know this as the Thaddeus. This is one of the higher up noble families, and this seems to be the brother of the more upstanding one.
Would I potentially know his name?
Oh yeah, sorry. It'd be. That's not it. Where is it?
It's Dundarian.
No.
Is it your birthday?
It's not my birthday.
Shit. Sorry. Tyrus. Tyrus Thaddeus.
Tyrus.
A noble who deals in exotic creatures, and fine gemstones.
Okay.
That's what they're known for. And surprisingly enough, he is one of the enthusiasts factions. You know of him wanting to make change for the better for the poor folk as well as the well-off folk.
Good guy.
Yeah, a good kind of guy. So this kind of scene kind of throws you off. But he is just mesmerized, drooling over himself, his drink in hand, almost wanting to offer it up to Gaius as he sits there. And there's the fire eater as well as, let's just call him skinny leather guy for now.
So does everyone have seats here at the table now?
Yeah, there's some seats you can pull off to the side. This table's getting a little crowded, but there's some standing room around you. Yeah.
I say over the pin, like, how the hell many people are we partying? Are we bringing to this place?
Friends. These are my friends.
Friends, indeed, yes, friends. Around, and put it on my tab, please. And some people interact, and
What lovely friends you have.
Can I wanna see if I suspect something fishy about the guys. Can I do an Arcana check on them?
you can do like on all of them in general, or one specific
just
person.
The new fellas.
The new 3 guys
Yeah.
that are sitting there.
Their behavior, does it seem odd?
A lot of this place seems odd, but are you like more specifically looking at the noble or the fire eater or this leather guy? You can do a roll to get a group check, but like if you want to see something's up, you can roll an insight check, or if you have a feeling that there's something arcane in the air, you can totally.
Yeah, you know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna go with it.
Can I see if I recognize Leather Guy?
Certainly. Roll a either perception or investigation, because you're actively looking at the way he carries himself. He hasn't spoken yet, though. But.
Perception.
Sure.
19.
19. All eerily familiar. Even though you didn't see him much when you were on that stage before, just you get this vibe from him that he's
Creeper.
You've been close to this guy before.
I'll sit down and I point at the noble and the fire breather.
Yes.
I'll say, please, can you leave us some privacy with our friend here? But do stay close.
Yes. Anything you like. Yes. Yes. The drinks will be brought. You could have some, please.
Thank you so much. And as soon as they leave, I'll turn to the leather guy and I say, Cornax, do remove that mask, won't you?
Calling me by a given name, not my birth name, but pulls it off, and you can just see this pale face, long crooked nose to him, very gaunt in the face, and his eyes just beady yellow, sunken into his head there, and he has the mask kind of tilted up like this.
Jesus. Put it down.
Sorry, you were wanting to say something when you were doing this?
Do I detect anything
yes.
on with my detect magic?
Oh, fuck yeah.
More so towards the new people that are like just fantasized with him and what was going on in the cages.
You get an illusionary sense from the cage. These new people here, since the spell was casted by him, but a form of enchantment magic has been placed on these ones.
Have the drinks made their way to this?
Yes.
All right, I take one.
Drinks are delicious, actually. Like, they're just a sweet ale to it, amber.
Good.
Well, the drinks
I don't touch mine.
Okay.
I say, Cornax, you say that's not your real name, but wouldn't you share it with me?
I would, but I don't know my name yet.
Oh, how strange.
I am a man of mystery. Been to several different planes and times, and just so happens I like being here now.
Just interesting indeed. Could you tell me anything about this this inn? How do you get all of these nobles just so enraptured with this entertainment?
You must stick around for Hector's performance.
Has he performed earlier?
No, but he was just on the stage earlier saying that he's a little delayed.
Oh, that was Hector.
Yes.
Ah, intriguing. And I've heard tell of a creature or a relic that the Circus of the Red Dawn is seeking to purchase. Would you know anything of that, my friend?
Fuck yeah, you would actually know about. Yes, I do.
Could you share?
Love that fuck.
I'm so curious.
Well, as we speak right now, it is exchanging hands, and then we should be complete to carry out our grand performance. I hope you can join. Please sign.
I just get up from the table. I'm going to go for a walk, and I just leave.
Don't get lost.
I'm going towards the
many
backstage
corners, many faces, many places.
Where is this deal taking place?
Backstage, of course.
I hear that and I stand up and start following.
I follow suit.
Oh shit!
Excuse my friends, there.
With your passive, with this slender leather guy standing with Gaius, as well as the fire eater, not doing his performance. A couple of bigger looking gentlemen who are in the same kind of garbs as the rest of them, look like they belong to the Red Dawn. This little conversation that's going on has caught their interest. So they have seen you guys get up, but they're focused on the table at the moment.
As soon as I see that, I'd come over the pin and be like, "Hey guys, you might want to hang back. They're kind of look like they might be suspicious of us."
I instantly just step back and sit.
Slate, you are already in the backstage area. You can see that the tieflings have gone to kind of the middle, the back corner on the map that I provided. That's the private booth. 2 of the tieflings have got up. The one with the broken horn is still sitting there talking to the fire genasi. Well, a gentleman has come out of one booth with gray, slick back hair, well kept, kind of frills in the back a bit, wearing this gray suit that is kind of buttoned up, cross hatched like this. It almost looks like a very militaristic suit. He is pointed at. He's followed by these 2 cloaked individuals in red cloaks. One carrying this large cylinder in his hand with a kind of a cloth over top of it, and they seem to be. He's pointed to the private booth, and it looks like they are making their way there, as he has gone back into his booth. So these 2 cloaked figures are going back to this back corner. That is a private booth that has a door kind of shut, and all the booths in here have almost like the Western salon kind of doors that kind of shut, except they're bigger, so you can't really see who's in there, but you can just see hands every now come up from above it.
You get searched with that.
Yeah.
So the
Sorry.
tiefling with the larger horns to the side is in that back booth.
Yes, in
that
that
where
back
this
private booth, yes.
clothed object is heading.
Yeah, it looks that way.
And the military guy is back in the booth.
He kind of pointed out to the private booth, and then he has gone back into his booth.
I'm gonna just see if I can glance into his booth and see if there's anyone with him.
All right. Roll a say a perception check, but you want to do this sneakily, right? So
Yeah.
do a stealth check first, and then we'll do a investigation.
Oh, okay. I rolled. The first one's a 10 for
Stealth? Okay.
and then investigation or
Yep.
perception.
I'm going to say investigation because
Okay,
you're actively
8.
looking. 8.
Man, my rolls are not half.
Can't really make out who's in there. Can't really see them. At one moment, you see a guy kind of stand up, but he's wearing some type of black helmet. Very polished helmet. That's all you see.
I wouldn't recognize this helmet.
Yeah, you get an eerily familiar sense to it.
Okay, I kind of just make it look like I'm nonchalantly
Okay.
just kind of partaking in this area and
Okay.
wait for my friends to show up
All right.
or my brother,
When
whichever.
Sorry, that was happening while he did his performance and everything happened. So now we're all caught up as you guys are getting up and you're making your way to the backstage area.
I'm not.
Oh.
Do I notice the 2 guys coming to look for us?
Not coming to look for
Or
you. It
just
just looks like
coming,
they're
getting their
working through the
attention?
crowd, and they're kind of like if you're at a casino or something, you
Yeah.
do really well. You see the muscle kind of walk
Yeah.
in and just double check what's going on.
do they, where we're at, are there, how's it lit? Are there torches?
Oh yeah, there's
sconces?
sconces here. There's chandeliers hanging from above the cages suspended from you, right by the big mural of the dragon that kind of overlooks everything like that. There is the chandelier hanging from the neck. It almost looks like a chain painted in and then hanging
Someone's
out.
about to go fucking down.
Well, I just go over the pin. I'm gonna make a little distraction, and I go to a sconce that's on the wall, kind of far away from us.
Okay.
And I reach into my pocket and
Oh,
take
no.
a chunk of the
Oh,
brick of opium that I still have.
Oh,
Right on.
wait, what?
Okay.
Everyone's
And-
going as a kite.
And I drop it in, and
Yeah.
I just
There's a sconce there, so tick, tick, just starts bubbling a bit. And
yeah. So I just take that, and then I continue to walk down.
Raquel comes back to life. Solid tick.
I say, if this doesn't work, I just go over the pin. If this doesn't work, I've got another distraction.
Okay.
You do you.
So I kind of make my way back to see if that'll cause any sort of
takes some time, but there is some
some smoke.
smoke coming off of it, and it's just billowing because the fire source itself seems to be aggravated or accelerated, so it's burning quite quickly. There is smoke kind of raising, and there's already enough heat in this place that there is a haze. Looks like it's going by unnoticed for right now. The crowd itself sounds the crowd closer, the closer tables. They're all nobles anyways. They're fucking not gonna roll, but here I'll roll for one table. Second table
Some people are just
goes a little bit quieter on that area.
Okay. Okay. Well, time for Plan B.
So it looks like it's, and you put a brick in there, so it's.
Well, no, not the whole. I
just
just
a part
took
of it.
Nugget.
Oh, just
I
a nut.
had 3/4 of a pound. So
It'll
I'm gonna
get
say I
yeah.
took,
It'll get a radius
quarter
around a couple
pounder, like
tables.
a Big Mac size.
All right. Okay, so yes,
No
that is
big
happening. What is everybody else doing? You're still discussing with your fan base, but
I'm
Graf.
making my way to the backstage to check out
Okay.
where that tiefling would be.
At that moment, as you're looking around for the tiefling, someone comes up and brushes you against the shoulder, and kind of you feel the force of them trying to push you into the wall. Do you just let him push you into the wall, or do you want to contest this?
I want to look and see who it is.
It's Tango.
It's Tango.
Yeah. You see the scarred arcane scars on his face, the eye kind of a little bit wounded. He's wearing just kind of like a tunic, kind of almost burlap sack kind of shirt, but his pants look very iron reachy.
I'd let him push me.
Pushes you in. What the fuck are you doing in here?
What the fuck are you doing here?
Just trying to get my targets acquired and take out what I can before I leave.
The fuck does that mean?
There's a general in here right now that I plan on assassinating. And I suggest you get the fuck out of here before shit hits the fan.
Just we got a lot of people here. But do you need help?
More people, the dangerous this
my
gets.
scimitar.
Where's my scimitar, motherfucker?
One of his guards got well introduced to it.
Yeah, well, at least it got good use.
Your time must be up right now. That can't be hidden much longer. You're in trouble.
Tango's arcane glyphs all over?
From what that was a piece of mechna that can hide locations. In the cave of the Avian Brotherhood, while you slept, I figured out what device you have, and any day now they'll know it's here.
How do I know I can trust you?
You don't.
Disappeared.
I had to take care of something, and I didn't want my troubles following you, and I figured if I kept you out of location spells, you'd be safe and make it somewhere and get rid of that bullseye on your back.
What do you want me to do?
Well, with that device, get it far away from you as possible. They're going to send out their hunters soon.
Far away from this building? Far away from the city?
Far away from the city, or if you can find someone who can hide that for you.
That's going to be difficult.
Kind of like looks around for a second.
I want to...
Wait. You should, yeah. If you haven't signed up to perform in the city of this act, do it. You don't need to participate, but you can hide in there. They have their own spells that will cloak things inside of it when the walls are complete.
That's good to know. I want to insight check him.
Sure.
Don't make the same mistake twice.
Natural one.
No.
Don't make the same
Haven't seen him in a while. He seems a little panicky at this moment, but he doesn't, from what he's saying, it sounds like this is a heed is warning. Without going into a full dialogue of it, but he does mention that when the walls are complete during the performance, things cannot be located inside of it.
Raquel knew Tango.
Do I just leave right now? We're kind of in the middle of something.
What do you need?
I'll be right back. I'm going to walk back to the place.
As you walk away, he's like, "Fuck."
I assumed he was going to follow me. So.
As you say, be right back. It looks like he's gone to sit outside of one of the booths, and in that time, as you're talking to him, making your look around, you see Slate kind of leaning back nonchalantly, and Tago has taken a seat close to the door that Slate's near.
That's Slate's near.
Oh no.
As I'm coming back, I'm just going over the pin. I'm just like, Tango's here.
What? Excuse me?
Yes!
What's that son of a bitch doing here? I angrily whisper.
He says he put... Did I tell you about the thing that I found on the device?
I don't think he ever did.
No, probably not.
I don't even know about the device.
No, I don't think you did.
Technically, you haven't looked at it. He's just always walking around with this huge backpack
Yeah.
that's covered in wolf pelts and
Zuck
shit.
would know, but Ramiro would.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was the one who cloaked the device. He wants us to leave now. Apparently,
So can you not just cloak it again?
Probably not easy right now, but he wants us to leave here right away.
I mean, I don't really fancy this place myself.
place kind of sucks, but did drug a bunch of people.
You did what? Is that what you were doing at the Scarlet?
I thought it might make a
I'm gonna pull my Plague Doctor mask casually.
Your nose is, you're like, what the fuck? Took.
There we go.
I'm just overlooking this and seeing them. Do I notice?
They've kind of walked. No, Graf's already went around the corner. You're still sitting there with.
I'm just standing up waiting for.
Okay.
But so I don't notice them.
You hear them kind of talking back and forth between each other. Mm-hmm. Gaius, is there anything else, or Agatha, that you'd like to be doing with this entourage that you have?
Well, we're still only sitting with Cornax.
Cornax, the Fire Eater, and then the Thaddeus gentleman.
I would like to ask you a question.
Sure.
Cornax, my dear.
Yes.
We're looking for Ensel. Can you tell us where we might find?
Ooh, good one.
Oh, she is a reluctant performer.
Why?
She apparently doesn't think the contract's fair.
Interesting.
She just feels bad. Because as she sings, she just keeps people where they sit.
Interesting.
Hector is about to bring her out, and they're going to do a duet.
What does he do?
Suggests things.
We should probably leave.
Oh, please don't. You can't take my new friend Gaius from me. He was my birthday present.
Yes, well,
Wait, you didn't...
it was a little different than that.
Did he know you're Gaius already?
And by the way,
Yeah, he
how do you see through all of my disguises? I feel very good about this one.
It's great. But my eyes don't lie.
Well, that's a bother.
Oh,
And I look at Onyx and Agatha.
Oh, there she goes. There she goes. As you see this blonde-haired half-elf walk by in just a more or less not the same color trend to her, but it's more of kind of a gown of some sort that is wearing, just with this black belt that is tied around it. The hood is laid back, and it's just a kind of a red checkered and black pattern to this gown that she's wearing. She's walking by, unaccompanied, walking by the front of the main stage. And it looks like she's going to talk to someone at one of the front tables.
I'd like to and rip off a bunch of the patches.
Okay.
3 of the patches on my cloak.
Does take an action to do one, so you do one, and then it'd be an action to do another one.
Okay. Maybe a little bit slower. And pull out just like kind of like rags or balls of cotton or something that I can stuff in our ears.
Oh, okay.
It would be a disadvantage, I think. I think that's charming. But I'll still stuff stuff in my ears and hand stuff to each of these guys. Like cotton balls.
Fire Eater's like, souvenirs? I'll take some.
No, friend. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Do go about the crowd and describe my majesty to the other patrons of this inn.
Turns around and he's like,
Advar is my name.
Advar! The Advanced! Listen to him! If he plays so well, you'll want to dance. Lights up fire just by like a table just under, off the side. The other nobleman's like, is that me or me?
No, just him.
Okay.
You should stick around too.
All right. Okay.
I'll take his advice.
All right.
Do it and
Start plugging your
so
ears.
can I see? Can I see those 3?
Those 3, yeah, they're all around the corner there now. Slate's still in the back. These 3 are kind of in, I'll say, just kind of in the hallway going around to the backstage, unless there's something else you guys want to do.
I mean, I'd be going back to Tango. But
Okay. You can go back to Tango if you
yeah.
want. All right. Yeah, none of you guys have pins, so you don't know what's going on. What are you doing, Zook?
I'm gonna go back to the group.
Okay.
These guys.
All right.
And what are you guys doing?
Plug your ears. Do you have anything? And I start like patting my pockets.
I just like rip some red.
Yeah, there's one. You can find stuff in your pack. Are you going to inform them anything what the other guys are doing?
they're talking to a somewhat
What?
friend.
Speak up.
Don't. They're talking to an acquaintance, an old acquaintance.
Okay.
Are we going to accomplish anything we came here for, or just sit around?
Because
What?
we should leave. or
You're
about to
looking
be
for a
charmed.
tiefling, as well as signing up, and we have done neither of those things.
Guys, they're intimidating me.
I'd see Graf and
That
Romero
guy
and-
who's well scarred up as Graf's coming back down the hallway as you're leaving there nonchalantly, he is now also on the opposite side of this private sector, has leaned up against it real quick, and then has started walking towards Graf, coming towards him.
Okay, I still pay no attention, but keeping an eye on
Okay.
what the hell's going on.
All right.
Tango's walking towards.
Yeah, he's walking towards you. You just saw him get out of his chair as he saw you come, and he's leaned up against the wall. His slate's on the other side of the door. He's on this side, leaned up against the wall, and then now is heading up away.
I'll do as you ask, but you can't disappear. We got to see you after this.
Is there a place we can meet up?
Tamara Square. We got a building there.
Done. I suggest not going into the backstage area.
Okay.
Walks out.
Before he went out and grab him, I was like, "Am I gonna trust you this time? You're not gonna fuck me."
Never have. Never will.
Except with your scimitar.
As you're holding the pen, you hear that just come over the ears. Okay.
Before he goes, "You owe me a scimitar," and then I walk off.
Smiles at you. He's like, okay. He walks through. Well, that is. You guys plugging all your ears. Just you two roll perception checks for me.
What are we looking for? Is it bond for again?
14.
14.
6.
Gaius, as you're performing for your new friends here, you see a familiar face walk through the crowd with the arcane scars on his face and the buzz-cut hair. He's making his way. It looks like he's leaving this establishment.
He's leaving.
Anyways, your friends are still there, talking with you, engaged. How long does this spell last for, though?
An hour.
Oh, yeah. Okay, they're with you. You guys are now back, kind of in the back room, seeing Slate standing there. What do you guys want to do?
And I'm leaving.
You're leaving? What the hell did...
Tango wants us to leave. He's doing some sort of mission. I feel inclined to trust him.
Well, I don't like this place one bit, so...
At that moment, Slate, the back private room, the door's open. You see the tiefling with the side horns poking out to the side with something over their back and a cloth draped over it. Looks like they're wearing a backpack.
So you're in the backstage area? That's
Yep.
Yeah, you guys are like.
You guys are
down the
just
hall
at the
from-
entrance of it, and he's there is a yes, I'll say in the crowd you can see the and meanwhile on that backstage area there is a metal wheel that is spinning with this like the circus kind of rotating on its axis and kind of going back and forth with fire flames all around it now. She's just riding this wheel, just to let you know. But then as you see that kind of performance, you see this tiefling that was described to you walking by with this backpack on, followed by a tiefling with two horns coming over its back.
It seems like they're finally moving. My brother will be here shortly if they are to come this way.
What? You're not there.
No, he's.
Oh, are you talking to us?
You said you came up to the table, didn't you?
Yeah, Zook's still there,
Oh,
but
okay,
you two
okay.
are still standing there, and you see your target is now walking, and looks like they are
walking towards us right now?
walking past you guys.
With a backpack
Yes.
on the first one, but
Mhm.
not the second one.
No, the second one's just accompanying them. The one with the broken horn, however, is sitting there. What's your passive, Graph? Looks a little perplexed and staring at you with the broken horn.
He's looking at me.
Yeah, as the other two tieflings are now walking right beside you as they're walking through, and the other one sitting there at the table is just kind of
I
looking
try
at
to
you.
just pretend I don't even notice him.
So the The one with the backpack is in the lead, and
Yeah.
there's only one behind, or two?
Yeah, one behind, and the other tiefling is still sitting at the table.
Oh, yeah.
And the fire genasi has got up and left.
The
And
one
the other one, the one at the table, is looking directly at Graf and you, very perplexed.
The one that's behind,
Yeah.
I kind of walk forward, like just acting like I'm a little bit drunk.
Sure.
And then I sneeze really hard and like bump into and shoulder check.
Okay.
Pin against the wall and kind of shoot Slade a look. You're a thief. The person with a backpack.
Okay.
I was hoping to. I was like,
Just do a
sorry.
performance check for me.
Yeah, I'll definitely.
Or deception.
I'll
if you
definitely
want.
slide in through the queue.
That's a good roll.
20, not natural.
20. All right. Yes, you're enough to catch the one in the back off guard as he gets up against the wall. He's like, what the fuck?
Oh, and
You
I'm just kind of leaning.
hear kind of this fire language come over.
Yeah, roar. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Let me wipe. I'm just like trying to like.
Okay, slow him
take it
down.
This time.
I'd like to try and rip the cloth off this.
Okay. Run up and do a.
Like, I don't know if you can nonchalantly rip a cloth off if somebody got bumped, but
Well, you
No, the bumped one doesn't have the backpack. The one in front has the backpack.
Okay,
So
I'd
it
like
looks
to
like
rip
he's just taking out the guard. Well, the watcher.
okay.
So there's
I'd
up in
like
front.
to-
You have enough room, and Graf's still sort of there as this is happening. The one with the backpack kind of just sort of slowly turns and like looks behind. Now not looking at you, but looking at Ramiro. I would like to run up and grab it.
I want to take the cloth off.
Okay. Do an athletics check to run up through a crowd and get close to it.
To be fair, I'm like leaving. Like I'm.
Okay, you've turned around and
Yeah,
you're
I'm,
walking.
like, trying to get out
two
of this building.
people with backpacks walking in unison.
Perhaps we should
Is
go help
Ansel
your
on the
brother.
stage?
No, she seems to be talking to a table in front, and she looks very distraught, like almost in tears.
Oh, I
9.
thought she was
9. You have enough that you've caught the cloth on it, but it looks like it goes in behind the back, so it just pulls on him. What the?
Can I lift it up?
In the second, yes, as you try to pull and lift it up, it is a cylinder chamber filled with yellow liquid, and there seems to be 2 brains floating in it, and each brain has 4 legs.
Excuse me?
And as you turn around, the trap looks, and he's like, "What do you want? Touch me without my permission. I will make sure you burn in the red sun."
I just don't say anything. Just. My apologies. I mistaked you for someone else. And back away.
Deception check.
Ooh, let's see. 17.
All right. Turns around and starts walking away.
I make eye
Keeping kind of pace with Graf as he's like looking at the Iron Man beside him. And he seems to be making his way now kind of around the crowd. The one with the broken horn, however, has caught up. Have you let go of the guy against the wall?
Yeah. My distraction and everything happened, so yeah,
Okay.
I was sort of going, we're good. we're good. And then I fake stumble away.
The tiefling that is now trailing further behind, who's kind of waited, kind of gets in close and walks by and goes, "Swamp justice." And keeps walking.
Oh, shit. I just stopped for a quick second. And I... yeah. Fuck. God, what was that guy's name?
What is happening here?
The doppelganger, man.
Yeah. I get over the pin and just say, like,
I
Kim
guess
Sandro's here.
It is a special night of a lot of events taking place before a bigger event happens.
right. That's so hypey.
Okay, so the tiefling that you've seen and been described, especially Agatha, you'd know this through your tiny item rat. You can now see them walking through the crowd too, as well as your old friend Tango is now almost underneath the suspended cages, almost near the entrance door.
This is like a Hitman mission.
I guess they're leaving us.
The rest of the group is now coming, and then you'd see the tiefling coming first with Graf kind of in tandem as they walk.
I'd like to catch up to one of these, or just Ramiro. 'cause
Ramiro
he's
would be
probably
closer,
closest to
yeah.
me. We have a problem. I think the artifact or whatever they were trading hands is on that guy's back. That was a tube of yellow liquid, 2 brains with 4 legs on either of them.
Can I do some sort of history check to know?
Nature check, history check.
I'd like
What
to
the
have
hell?
tried to do that discreetly. I know I did.
Natural 20.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
This is a creature that's called an intellect devourer. What it does is it seeps into its targets and replaces the brain with whoever has created or given this thing a directive. These things can be kind of programmed. Usually belong to mind flayers. Like to use these things a lot. You would have heard these in the studies. These are a very powerful weapon to get people of great influence to not only they're bugged, so you get to hear and see everything, but they get to do your bidding without control. One of them is pretty neat, but to see 2 of them together.
I relay this information over the pin immediately.
That sounds awesome.
Sucks like
We need to get
What's
this
awesome?
Where are we going?
Now, Agatha and Guy is still sitting at the table, and where this tiefling is and how everyone's trailing back. The 2 bigger security guards who are closing in on you look distracted. It looks like you have a slight window here if you'd like to act. Oh shit, they don't have pins, so you wouldn't see this. But you see a tiefling, and you get a sense that everything's
Tell the rest of the group.
All I
in
hear
here.
is him saying, "Oh, that's so awesome!"
And you have earplugs in too, but you get a sense that the tension is drawn off your table now. It looks like they're looking at this tiefling now that is walking.
You gonna do like
But you know the description of this person, and it looks like
I know
it's
nothing about any of
yeah.
this.
No, only Agatha knows.
I'm just making small talk with Cornax now.
I'd like to trail this
Okay.
tiefling with the pack on.
Perfect.
I also think that Ensel is still important. And I feel like they probably have whatever that is under control.
Okay.
So, let's go talk to her.
I say, Cornax, do stick around here and enjoy these ales.
Will do. Will do.
And we'll hop up and head towards.
As he just stares at you like just creepily as you walk away, go over to Ansel.
I thought she was on the stage about to perform.
No, she's walking down the front of the stage and starting to say stuff, but it looks like she's about to. I'll get to it in a second, but you see the nobleman sitting there, and then the other individual just, like slicks his hand around and pulls on the noble close as they sit there and start drinking. My new friend. As she's sitting there talking to this table, as you get in close of where this table is positioned, the guy she's talking to also looks very familiar to you, as he is a well-kept, well-dressed, very tight red vest on, the curly mustache with the slow little trim to it, the slow back kept hair. Yeah, now that you guys are getting closer, you definitely recognize him, as his name is not in front of me right now.
Lamberto Genesta.
There he is.
Oh, that sounds like Lando Calrissian.
But darling, you must perform. It is contract, and to go against this, you will get badly hurt. As you hear this conversation going, and then he would say, Hector's waiting for you. It is time. You guys get there. He's sitting there with 2 individuals that are robed in black. You can't make out their faces this close.
I'd like to
Continue in a second.
try to cast Crown of Madness on Lamberto.
You can certainly try.
Holy
That's a wisdom save.
fuck, things are about to get
For
fucking nuts. If it's not Agatha,
Before all the. So.
it's got
They've gone up. You're just by
They've
yourself.
gotten up. I'm
and Zip's
He's
sitting there
freaking
and-
out, talking to
Yeah,
himself.
and it
They
sounds
just
like everything's
walked
going
off,
nuts. Yeah.
And do I see? I
Yeah,
don't
you'd see Graf coming, and then slowly Ramiro, and then would come around the corner. So I'd say
As
you're
soon
all
as
kind of visible of each other at this
the
moment.
moment he stands up and starts walking away without saying anything, just kind of like, oh, Lamberto, and then just walks off. I'm gonna reach down to the ground as if I drop something, and I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace on, as like kind of a cloud of dirt just starts covering my hand. I'm just gonna cast it on Ramiro, Zuck, Agatha, and Mr. What's he going by? Advar.
Okay.
And then just...
Alright, so Pass Without a Trace, you guys all have a +10 to your stealth rolls.
Whoa! Yeah.
Oh.
She dope.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Wait, you didn't do it to me?
Asshole.
You can take care of yourself.
I cannot. Thank you.
All right. So,
I'm stealthing.
And as I mutter to myself, so unfocused.
Very, very true.
And I'm gonna ask around about where to sign up.
I hate that.
at the front desk.
At the
That's
front
what it
desk?
says.
I'm gonna make my way to the front desk.
No, it's bad. Whenever
Nope.
he smiles, it's bad.
Yeah.
Sorry,
We're in the
viewers,
middle
sorry
of
about
something.
that.
It's all right. I want to interject. Oh wait.
I'm going for that bag. now.
Even with his
Yes.
bonus,
I was just gonna say, are you with me,
Yeah.
Ramiro?
he failed.
All right.
Oh shit!
So he is charmed, and a crown of twisted, jagged iron appears on his head. Madness glows in his eyes.
Yep.
He must take his action before moving on each of his turns to make a melee attack against a creature that I eventually choose.
Okay.
I'll let you choose, I guess.
So I'm just gonna kind of, as I'm walking towards the two of them talking, I just kind of cast this on him and then direct him towards one of the guys sitting with him.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
Shit's about to get.
Good thing I'm already on my way out.
So,
Okay, so to recap.
you see him sitting there with the cane that he's always kind of walking with, that you've seen prior. Grabs the hilt of it that is a diamond, and as he pulls out, a hilt sticks out in his hand, and he pulls out this rapier, and then just jabs it into this girl sitting beside. As she flips back, you can see it's one of the Sisters of the Serpentine that you've seen before. Green eyes, hisses and squeals in pain.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Times 2.
they're like partners in crime. What the?
This is gonna get good.
So she screams in pain and agony as she is now kind of conflicted because her friend has just stabbed her in the neck with a rapier. Really good too, really well. Jeez, this went all cockeyed here for a second. Anyways, so Ansel is standing there in shock and awe and like has backed up a bit and almost like walked into you guys as you're sitting there.
Can I grab her arm?
Yeah.
And say, come with me, dearie. And I will persuade her. if I
Just
need to.
tears. Yeah, if you'd like to persuade her, she is distraught at the moment.
14.
14. All right. Yes, because she's very not comfortable here. But yes, you guys, you have her now. She's with you. You guys are in sight of the tiefling. With this action that has just happened, a lot of the guards' attentions have all been turned to look at this transpiring. A lot of the performers on the side who are all performing have also kind of slowed down what they're doing and realizing something's up in this crowd. But there is still people sitting around, half of them stoned. But the other other half, it looks like people are becoming uncomfortable, and it looks like people are going to be getting up and tensions high. So you might have a, not to meta game here to tell you, but there is an opportunity
Don't
to
worry.
sneak the fuck out of here if you'd like
Well-
before shit hits the fan.
Well, going in for the friggin' thing on the guy's back first.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going to make an attempt at that. Go ahead. Are you going to try to do it stealthily, or are you just going for it first?
Going stealthily.
Okay, roll your stealth check first.
Plus 10.
So I'm walking.
Natural 20.
That's a 30
I'm walking
plus.
right next
what
to
else?
You're in
Okay.
tandem, and I'm just sort of picturing you as the crowd. You're not like right
like-
beside them, but
yeah.
you're kind of like
This is fun.
making a table in between you each time. And I'm
Yeah.
sure, sorry to
This is fun.
assume what you're doing, but you're keeping close watch.
Yeah,
So
I would have
at
been.
any time you want to get close, you can.
I'm pretending like I'm not. I'm just using
Yeah.
my peripherals to see
Okay.
who that person is. And I'm moving like towards the exit.
All right. At the exit, well, you see the exit as you kind of turn back to keep the one in the peripheral. Something has come up and just grabbed a hold and. Oh no! Sorry, stealth check. That was the first one you
That
just
was
did.
yeah, that was the first one I did.
Okay, so natural 20 plus 10, 30.
Plus,
You don't even know what
plus
the fuck
two,
happened.
30, no,
32.
I didn't want his backpack.
No, I know his backpack. I'm just saying, I was describing it, and I thought that was the yoink attack. Now you can go ahead and try to grab it. I'm going to say a strength check.
You just
to-
fucking teleported there.
Mr.
Muscle.
13.
You pull, the bottom latches kind of come off, but then all of a sudden the tiefling grabs his hands around the the strap that is going to it as it's come loose now.
Could I assist by cutting the strap?
Sure. Now we'll assist there. Make sure you say it before I find out what the roll is.
Oh, no, it's fine.
There's a lot of shit going on here right now, and I'm keeping them in mind, so it's all good.
19 plus 4. That's a 20.
Ramiro, as you tug and they feel the strap, all of a sudden the tiefling goes forward as the tension's been brought off. You are now holding on to this canister.
And I flip my purple cape over it.
Okay. Graf still heading towards the exit?
I have a purple cape.
At this moment, with your peripheral seeing people kind of like, what the fuck's going on? As there's something happen as... Does he have to make his save every turn?
Every turn, yeah.
Oh no.
Strikes again. Did you want him to hit the same target, or do you want to hit the other one? All right, so the other one's getting up, and you can see her like ready to start casting some in their hand. Rapier into that one.
And in the meantime, I'd like to kind of
not a 20, but
kind of melding into the crowd on the way out.
All right, so roll your stealth check. You have Aslan with you.
Yeah.
Not Aslan.
Agatha.
Asel. Agatha has Ansel.
Did you just roll in that 20? What did you roll for? Oh, you did?
No.
Oh, sorry. I just seen
18
this
for me.
18? 19?
13.
Plus 10 coming to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
20.
23,
Is that
23.
plus 10 plus my own stuff?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, then 22.
You blend right into the crowd. You have your rescued patron with you. Graf, with your natural passive, before the doors that you left in, you see Tango turn around, pull something out of his pocket, and he sees all you guys like, no. He sees you, doesn't see where anybody else is, and he's about to press something, and then he puts it back away real quick and goes out the door. Now, for all you to escape, since you've all been spotted at one point or another with everyone should roll stealth checks, but you can go by with what you have already, except for Zook and Onyx. I need you guys to roll a stealth and Slate.
I'm rolling one.
No, so
Can
I
I-
use that same stealth one I had before? Oh, okay.
Or sorry, no, you've done an action in between, so I'll need you to roll another one.
21.
14.
Holy crap.
And you get to add 10 to it, right?
14.
Oh, shit.
Also 14.
Oh, shit.
2. Same.
Two of the bigger guys have kind of like looked at this chaos, and you can see that they've kind of made contact with you two, seeing you guys kind of run through the crowd. The rest of you all making your way to the exits.
I'm making my way towards, like, do I see Graf and Ramiro to my...
You don't see Ramiro.
He's gone.
Oh,
He's
Ramiro.
grabbed something and just dived into the crowd as people are kind of standing up. And Graf, you're just beelining, or have you stealthed yet? Sorry.
I've just been walking straight
Walking?
to the-
Okay, yeah, so
I'm
nothing's
not-
really, you haven't
Yeah,
done
I
anything
mean,
to
I
catch an eye.
Yeah, no one's really looking at me. So
Okay.
I'm gonna follow
besides
Graf.
that one guy.
I'm stealthing out to follow Graf out. I see him going towards the exit.
I wanted to go register.
Taking the same one.
Okay.
You want to go register?
All this shit's going on.
As all this is going chaos, you hear a voice come from the stage. Patrons, please calm yourselves. Stay for this tale, please. It will enlighten you to the things to come. As you can start seeing cages all spin faster over the top, the spiral ones are doing, getting almost a nauseous feeling. As he's going into something, you get the sense that something is about to transpire.
You might.
I want everyone to roll a wisdom saving throw right now.
Oh, no. Please, Lord, let
Like,
me
we
fucking-
still have a little bit of cotton in our ears.
All those with a cotton in their ears, advantage on the saving throw.
This isn't good.
I have advantage against charmed and magic.
Yes, this would be an advantage then for you.
Oh, I would have advantage on that.
Oh, that's true. Both of you would too. So you get triple advantage.
That's good.
Oh, both 2 17s, so 19.
My goodness. 11.
16.
13.
19.
11.
Okay.
Fuck.
So sorry. Graf.
17.
13. Ramiro.
19.
Zook.
19.
11.
Have advantage too.
Agatha.
16.
11.
16.
Yeah. I have one too.
All right. So Graph, Slate, Gaius, and Onyx. You feel compelled to stay back and listen to what this man is about to say, as he says, "Please stay and sit."
I say over the pin, are we all on our way out of here?
Do I know what happens mentally? Like, could I say something's holding me back?
You want to stay and watch the show?
I feel like I want to stay and watch.
What the hell do you mean you want to stay and watch?
Why do you want to stay?
I too am looking for a seat nearby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So am I.
Yeah, you guys all kind of find each other like,
Is there
and you're sitting there.
something over top of the stage? Like
There are drapes and curtains and stuff to hang up, but you haven't been on the stage to see what's up behind it.
So we've all seen this. Do I see everybody else kind of?
So as you turn around and look at the stage, the guy with the long beard and the kind of spectacles on his eyes that are glowing kind of blue, the cage is spinning around with this very hypnotic kind of suggestion going over the crowd. As all the nobles who are all crazy for 1 second, even the Stabby McStabberson, is still. On his next turn, he can attack again.
Still stabbing.
Or no, he'd have to do a wisdom check. Or no, he wouldn't even want to be.
The Serpent Sister's supposed to be fucking.
Okay.
Fuck shit up.
So as you hear him saying he wants to stay.
I would like to do something.
Okay.
Sorry, would Jane... Because Jane is intelligent. Would she know that something's off all of a sudden? With me?
Not necessarily. She probably would have got a vibe that magic got cast, but she's not enough to stop it because you're not feeling endangered. You're not feeling anything. You just feel comfortable to sit down and watch a show.
I just meant I seemed agitated and I was getting out of there, and all of a sudden I was just like, I'm gonna stay and watch. Wouldn't she be like, the fuck are you doing? Because she can act on her own accord.
Yeah, no, I'm just pondering something right now. All right, so she'd not come and talk to you, but you'd hear her voice. That's her interrupting the spell. Graph, you are in distress without knowing it, but I need you to let me activate a protocol. Do you agree?
Sure, as long as
This wouldn't hesitate you from saying so. Yeah, you'd say sure, because if she's saying something wrong. Jane, I'm sure she can beat that. In an instant, Jane gives off a little pulse and then cracks. You're not charmed anymore.
I'm not charmed anymore?
But Jane is cracked.
Oh,
like right down the middle.
Shit.
Fuck, just happened.
Still pulsing with some light, but more staticky, and you can't really pick up her voice for a moment. But you've been uncharmed, almost as if she dispelled something.
So I would know I was charmed.
It's weird with this. The phrasing to the spell is very weird. How many times I read it?
Just know something's off.
Something's off.
Yeah.
It's not one of those things where you know you've been charmed. It's just a weird kind of like, I wanted to sit back.
Arcane check to see if I know what the hell's going on with me all of a sudden. That's 11. Arcane. That's 16.
16.
Great
a mass suggestion is being performed here, and it is being amplified by the. You're getting the sense of the cages, the dancers that are all in it, that all have the hypnotic pattern on them. You get a sense now why all these patrons have just been staying here and not leaving, as they all look noblemen. But Gaius and Slate. Gaius and Slate and Onyx are all now still sitting down, except you've been transferred out.
I come over the pin immediately. It's like, we gotta get everyone out of here.
What's going on?
There was definitely a mass suggestion spell just unleashed. I was affected by it, and now I'm not. I'm not sure what's going on, but we gotta get out of here.
All right, guys. You remember when I said Plan B?
Yeah.
Zuck, I'm gonna throw something into the air. Whip it at the stage.
Sounds good.
I take one of the fuse grenades that I have in my pocket. I slap the fuse and I toss it up into the air.
I cast catapult on it.
Okay, catapult. Just roll an attack roll for me to see how.
No. That 20.
Oh my god!
Specifically towards the cranium area.
You just ended
So
this
as the
man's career.
spell
We
is,
just win D&D.
and it was advanced. Shit, yeah, that would.
Oh my!
We're taking
It
Calvin's
sounds
advice.
like he was about to like cast this again, and it's a very powerful. At what level he was casting this at. But as he gets through his second part of the command or the suggestion, it gets interrupted. As he's like, "What the shit?" And you see a perplexed look on a lot of the patrons in the audience as they just heard, "What the shit?" But that stopped the spell enough from the second command of what he was going to say, so we don't know what that's going to say. But with that interruption, it stopped the second part, but the first part of the spell still activated. And stay seating and be thing for. Say because it was so impactful and so dramatic of a catapult that landed perfectly and hit him in the midsection, we'll say, so it stopped him from doing his performance, and all the other performers realized that they're like, oh shit, since you guys have already sat back down, you didn't get to hear him influence to stay the night, so technically you followed his suggestion, you have sat down to enjoy the show. It seems like the show is over since he just took a smoke or a fuse bomb to the chest.
Is there like gore everywhere?
Now, right now, people are starting to like, what the hell's going on? Like, all looking around. So the performance stopped. You guys realize that it's out. It's now one last time to get the fuck out of here before the guards settle on you.
I'd like to get up and start running towards the door.
Okay.
Yeah,
as you guys all
me
get
as
out to
well.
the door, meanwhile,
Just retreat.
yeah, everyone gets out except as you get out into the main lobby area, it seems all calm and quiet. You can see the girl who greeted you there kind of flirting with the minotaur that's she's talking to. And she sees you. Oh, your weapons, yes. You
Yes,
might.
please.
Yes.
Check, please.
Just a second. She opens up this chest and just like reaches in without even
hurry,
looking.
hurry.
Putting, actually, as she's placing it down, oh, there was talk of you signing to perform. Did you want to take care of that now?
Sure.
No.
Yes.
We don't want to perform. We want to participate. In it.
Yeah,
That's what the form she's
okay,
talking
yeah.
about. She lays it out. You guys have never signed a piece of parchment as fast as I can imagine.
Yeah,
that you're
it's just
signing.
like not even reading it. Just
Sure, you sign your names. Sign your names. As you sign your names, little fire glimpses go.
I look for the fine print.
he gets his little
Okay.
glasses out.
You guys all sign your names. You get your weapons back out. You get the fuck out of the door. And as you open the door, standing at the bottom of the steps is see Tango. About fucking time. Click. You hear explosion go off inside the building. You guys make a expeditious retreat. You can see that Tango has actually hired wagons. Well, a wagon for himself to get the fuck out of Dodge. He's like, I'll meet you at Tomorrow Square. He can take 4 of you with him if you want.
Tango!
Tango!
Oh, buddy!
He's, what
guys
the
know
fuck's
Tango?
going on?
I just like wipe my freckles off my face. Tango! And try to jump.
You made it here.
towards
I've been
him.
looking everywhere.
I told you I'd meet up with you eventually, and you... Nope, what? We'll discuss this later.
we
I
gotta
have a
go.
feeling shit's about to hit the fan in there. And he looks, and he's like, okay, you have her with her. No one said shit. You got her out of there because she was still riding on your stealth check, as well as her own. She did well getting through
Can
the
he take
crowd.
4 people plus himself?
Yeah, see 4 other people. 5 people can fit in the wagon.
So-
Zuck, yeah, Zuck, get on the
The
legs.
Do you want to throw your rescue in?
Oh, I'm gonna give that thing to Zuck.
Oh yeah, by the way, you still have this thing. As Zuck grabs it, you can just see these little
What's this?
little brains that just they stick right to the window and they see like they're clawing to try to get
I
at
kind
you.
of explained
I just
to
do a quick little like.
no time to explain. Let's go.
Oh shit! It doesn't fit. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Even Tangle's like, yes! Fucking gets in. Get in!
I take my cloak off and
All
I
right.
just sort of drape it over it.
Everyone who's not taking a wagon, roll an athletics check to see how fast you make it through the crowds. You're still gifted by Pass Without a Trace as well. So actually, sorry, you can do stealth checks,
Just
or
stealth.
you can do an athletics check.
I
to run
chose
fast.
a 4.
19 stealth.
I'm expeditious retreating.
As you guys are running away, looking at the cityscape,
Yeah, I'd be
it
out
looks
running
like
away.
more walls have been put into place, and it looks like it's almost
the
finishing off the section of the city
Fuck.
to be enclosed. As you can see, big
there's
giants
giants working
with chains like putting up these big gates, and every gate has this like skull face with big fangs kind of coming out with a red sun on it. It is now just getting so big, the walls, that you can't see the section of the city they've enclosed. You can see tarps getting thrown over that are the good old classic red and white stripes.
Nice.
To get lifted. So it looks like it's about to finish. You guys will all make it back to Tamara Square. A lot of discussion is done.
What the shit?
Back to
You guys are back to the thing. Just to speed up time, you're there, but it looks like the circus place is almost, well, it's finished almost. I'm going to say it is finished.
So many questions. What the hell's Tango doing here, that son of a bitch?
guys, I'm gonna be in the back.
Yeah, he's going to meet you guys at Tamara Square.
What the hell? Does anybody know? Like, I knew what they were, so I explained, like, why are these here? This means there's a mind flayer or something that's controlling people.
The mind flayers like to use it with your study of your notes and your soldier history about fight. You would have been trained to maybe try to fight these things. I'm not going to say that just in case we do run into one. You haven't trained, but you know a little bit about them. But anybody can make these, or anything control them, as long as they know what they're doing.
Should we destroy them?
Definitely not.
An off-stream game, it was mentioned that these things could either be destroyed to put a hinder on them, or you can use it to influence your own person you want to influence.
We can use these. Maybe the your friends, the Doctors of the Arcane, can help us out with this.
That sounds like a
probably
great
That is
idea.
good.
Yeah.
Sounds dangerous.
Pay off
Okay.
your debt.
Sounds more dangerous than what we just did.
Great idea.
Tuesday.
Just a regular day.
I must say I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I guess you guys were kind of out of the loop because we were on pins the whole time.
Perhaps this might help you guys. I have like one of the extra pins that I took from Kane and Raquel. This is one of our communicating devices that we use.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, between the four of you, who
We'll
wants
cut
to
it
be
in
the group
fourths.
leader?
I just say,
We'll cut it in
I only
fourths.
got one because someone died.
Yes. That's the reason you guys are
Way
getting
around
one.
that.
Okay. Who wants
Ladies
it?
first.
Still waiting.
Ladies first. And
Here you
I
are.
gesture to Agatha.
Looks like you're team leader.
We're all part of the same team.
Yeah, but you guys are on the B team.
So everyone signed the parchment, correct?
You speak
To
to
sign
your
up for this
babysitter
performance?
this
We
way.
all signed up.
Okay.
If he actually said that in character, I would have pulled a dagger on him for sure.
Absolutely.
You guys make it to Tamara Square. Definitely a lot of questions to be asked and answered. Yeah, Tango's been there.
Wow.
Now, it's the end of the evening. You guys have used a few. Hold on, we'll calm it down.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, or something changed.
I was like, is it battle music? I said, no, that's how I want that club to feel. It's very intense. All right.
That wasn't it.
I'm sweaty. I feel like I was playing hit.
Now,
Well, yeah.
as you guys answer, we'll say there is some conversation before going to bed. This is for the sake of the time. Sorry, viewers. I will clarify any questions you guys have if you want to ask me. Now, this being said, it's not the end of the session. As you guys all go to sleep that night,
Oh, God damn
you awaken feeling this real skin crawling, back of the neck, hair standing up kind of laughter. Once a name has been signed, a promise has been made. Farewell, Aberystwyth. You guys all awaken. No sunlight, but just really red area as you are now standing on probably about a 14-story building, squared, looking over the cityscape, seeing other tall buildings, and realizing you are all now enclosed in the wall with this big tarp of white and red stripes. A crowd could be heard cheering as similar looking little Janes fly around the air, kind of copying you guys, and you can see in the middle of the this section of the city that is blocked off looks like illusionary screens portraying different adventurers and different places at different parts in this city. There are mostly lights that are lit up through torches, sconces, big bonfires, but there is a red ambient glow to this whole section of this city. You are now in the performance of a farewell to Aberystwyth.
Jesus Christ.
Son
I still carrying the jar?
Yes, you are.
Fuck!
All your belongings are still on you. To not keep you in suspense for the next game, there does seem to be a cache
I don't know.
chest in front of you.
He definitely would have.
There is a chest in front of you that does seem to be carrying some supplies for this next little venture. So you're not going in this naked.
Is Tango with us?
No.
So we went to bed and then woke up
And you are now
in the
this-
morning.
You don't know what time of day it is.
Didn't go to bed.
But Zuck wanna carry the jar with him, like into bed.
Yeah,
You know what?
100%.
He was probably hugging.
I 100%.
All I was
for
betting on
Zuck's
this whole
sleeping.
episode was that Zook got his hands on it because I know he wouldn't let it go.
Nope.
He was scraping moss off a wall.
I was
and
either
getting a
going
hard-on
straight
for
to
it.
the
He
Doctors of
would
the Arcane with it,
Oh, his glow
or I
worm
was going to
stuff.
bed.
But yeah, it would have taken you some time to get there or anything. We will have a discussion off
They
screen.
love
Sorry,
the
viewers,
glow
if it's a little jarring, but I have a time restraint with a few of my players, so I want to get to this scene.
Wait a
Sorry, it
second.
sounds.
I still have my opium.
Yes.
All right.
Nice.
Everything that you had on you have. There's now a chest in front of you that in the next stream I will give you a list of what's in it, of things you need. But by looking at the screens that are up there, it does seem to be that there's several other adventurers that are in this
Are we allowed to kill him?
performance.
I think they want us to.
This is the
With a similar look that you guys are all feeling of
We
mass
are freaking
confusion of like, what the how are we here? What the hell happened?
I'm definitely trying to stuff the jar
We have a
in my
fucking power
backpack.
source and some
Mhm.
fucking. things.
Oh shit.
Another thing though, the city itself is not abandoned. It seems like they did not
There's still civilians?
civilians that are in there. Just by looking down real quick, it looks like a lot of nobles that you would have seen at that bar.
Tyrius! Tyrus! What's up?
There was a small explosion, not really big. So sorry if that was really confusing for you viewers and where I got to, but I had to get them here. Thank you all for joining. I hope you guys enjoyed the story and where it's going so
boy.
far. And thank you, Taylor and Steph, for joining in. We have them
Yeah.
for just a few more games, maybe one or two, so I definitely want to get them. And if it seems confusing that they know characters, it's because I've been running an offside game with them, not on the stream, so they have some background information on what's going on in the world. But yes, thank you for watching. Have a great night. Life's short. Be awesome to one another.
Bye-bye.
See you next week.